Good afternoon and welcome to our meeting today. It's December the 13th, 2022. Thank you for coming today. Roll call, please.
In order to help assure compliance with the Brown Act and in order to make the board meetings more effective and more efficient, trustees will speak only when recognized, and trustees who speak on a topic other than the agenda item currently under consideration will be out of order. Board meeting protocols. The safety and decorum of the Stockton school board meetings are important to Stockton Unified School District and the community. SUSD promotes the public's right to free speech, and we want to make sure that all community members, parents, and students are able to participate in a safe environment. We want to ensure all community members have a seat during the board meeting. We will have the maximum number of chairs allowed per fire code, 132. We ask that members of the public do not stand along the side of the walls or block the hallway. Anyone standing up during the meeting will be asked to take a seat. If they do not comply, they will be asked to leave. Any accredited news media representative who is standing will have a press credential clearly visible. The podium is positioned in front of the first row of chairs. No one other than the person who is speaking may be at the podium except for a guardian, administrator, or translator. For safety, people may not line up behind the speaker to wait their turn. We want to give the person at the podium the time and respect they deserve. Each speaker will be allowed 3 minutes. Attendees are not allowed to enter the area past the podium where the board members are sitting. No profanity or obscenity. During the board meeting, if there is a disruption, the board president or designee will give a verbal warning to the person or persons causing the disruption. If the disruption continues after the verbal warning, the individual will be asked to leave or will be removed from the premises for the remainder of the board meeting. After the meeting is concluded, we ask community to clear the lobby area in a respectful manner. Thank you. Now I will do roll call. President Cecilia Mendez.
Present.
Vice President Raymond Zulueta.
Present.
Clerk Alicia Rico.
Presente.
Trustee Maria Mendez.
Present.
Trustee Zachary Avalar.
Present.
Trustee Scott McBrien.
Here.
Trustee Angel Ann Flores.
Trustee Flores present.
Student Representative Albie Walker.
Now are we giving 1.3? The board secretary will be taking
President
over.
Mendez. We forgot about the student from Franklin High. So roll call.
Student Representative Vanessa Morales.
Present.
Thank you, clerk. Thank you. Now we go back to 1.3. The board secretary will take over. Back to you, madam.
All right, item 1.3, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Carmela Kolakar, student from the Young Adult Program. Dr. Hernandez, do you have the student for the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you, Dr. Hernandez. All right. Item 1.4. At this time, we would like to acknowledge our outgoing Board of Trustees and thank them for their service to Stockton Unified Community. So at this time, if I could have Board Member Maria Mendez go down in the, down there on the lobby. So Marie, I just want to say personally, thank you. It's been a privilege working with you. You have been a board member since 2014 to 2022. Thank you for the dedication to our school, our students, and our community. Thank you so much.
If I may, it was a pleasure and actually my honor to actually represent our community as I worked for Stockton Unified School District for 8 years before I decided to run. So I gave him 16 years to Stockton Unified School District, and it was an actual honor and a blessing for me that I had the skills and the knowledge and the training to actually for my endeavors. Thank you so much for all the support of the parents of the students and our staff, and especially within my area 5 of our schools, very supportive staff and dedicated staff as well, and teachers. Thank you so much.
If I could please have trustee Scott McBrien, Area 6, come down, please. Mr. McBrien, just want to say thank you so much for your years of service from 2018 to 2022. Thank you for what you've done for our Stockton community. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been a great pleasure working with you, serving you, working with the teachers, the staff, all of you. It's been great. I appreciate it, and thank you.
You're welcome to have a seat. Join us for a bit and for a reception. All right, Zachary Avalar, if I could have you come down, please. Trustee Avalar has served with us since 2021 to 2022. We want to thank you for your service and wish you the best in your next endeavors. Thank you. Hey, I come around here.
Hello, everybody. I just want to thank you all for coming out tonight. It was a pleasure working with this district at such a young age, and I wish nothing but the best for this district moving forward. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a good one.
Okay. Actually, let me leave this up here because I'll leave it. I'll move it. Okay, we're going to go to item 1.5 on the agenda, and it is the oath of office for our new board members. So we have tonight Pastor Abner Arias, who will now administer the oath of office to our re-elected trustee, Angel Ann Flores, Area 2. So if Miss Angel Ann could come down.
This side. Yeah, over here, Angel Ann. Yeah. Sit there. Thank you. Long awaited for and worked hard for this day. I, Angel Ann Flores, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith,
and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any reservation
or purpose of evasion,
purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
out to enter.
To God the glory, to the victor the honor, and to everyone the benefits. All right.
All right, Miss. All right. All right. Trustee Flores, please take a seat at the dais. All right, we have Miss Gabel Denaire Novila, sister of Donald Denaire, who will now administer the oath of office to our newly elected trustee, Donald Denaire, Area 5.
I, Donald Donner,
I, Donald Donaire,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of California
the Constitution of the State of California,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Trustee Denaire, Trustee Denaire, you may now take your seat at the dais. Miss Donna Brown, retired Deputy City Manager, City of Stockton, will now administer the oath of office to our newly elected trustee, Sophia Colon, Area 6.
I, Sophia Cologne, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, and that I take this obligation freely without evasion, and that I will and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter. Congratulations.
All right, Trustee Colon, you may now take a seat at the dais. All right, Mr. Bobby Bivens, President of the NAACP Stockton Branch, will now administer the oath of office to our newly elected trustee, Kenitha Stevens, Area 7.
Raise your right hand. I, Kenitha Stevens, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California. And I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, that I will faithfully discharge the duties of which I am about to enter with transparency, truth, and in the interest of the community. God. Yes. All right.
All right. Trustee Stevens, you may now take your seat at the dais. You want your mask or? Ready? One, two, three, and one more. If you want your mask on for the picture, okay? Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. One, two, three. All right, Miss Cynthia Cardenas Sanchez, Principal of Chavez High School, will now administer the oath of office to our newly appointed Board Student Representative, Miss Abby Welker. All right, item 1.6. This is where we are going to take a 15-minute break and have a welcome reception for our new board members out in the lobby. So we'll take a 15-minute break. So enjoy some of the food provided for you. We'll be back in 15 minutes. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Everyone is at the dais. We're going to start item 1.8. Roll call, please.
Trustee Cecilia Mendez,
Present.
trustee Raymond Zulueta,
Present.
trustee Alicia Rico,
Present.
trustee Donald Denaire,
Present.
trustee Kanitha Stevens,
Present.
trustee Sophia Colon,
Present.
trustee Angel Ann Flores,
Trustee Flores is present.
student representative Abby Welker.
All right, item 1.9, oral suggestions. Oops, Miss, I forgot something. She needs to read something.
Thank you, Dr. Miller. Yes, individual speakers shall be allowed 3 minutes to address the board. The board shall limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. I will call your name, and if you members who are wishing to address the board will have a seat at the table. They will press and hold the button on the mic and state their comment. With that, Dr. Miller, I have 8 comment cards total. The first person is Mr. Bill Treza regarding item 1.5.
That's cool. Well, good evening, everyone. Superintendent, trustees, staff, and public. I want to commend you, new electees, on your getting elected. Congratulations. And I also want to congratulate the whole board on what you're about to undertake. Now, I'm a retired businessman. I was a community banker 36 years in town. I'm still active with business, nonprofits and whatnot. But what I wanted to share with you is you have a great responsibility. You are going to help the parents of these children move through school, get through life, and take advantage of a lot of the things that we're preparing in the business community and the overall community in this county for all of our students. There's some pretty big activity going on in happening now on the future boards and future work, and even more future work. It's going to add 5,000 to 10,000 jobs in San Joaquin County. And there's nothing more than I would like to see is kids out of this district taking a lot of those jobs. They have to be prepared. I expect a lot from all of you. I'd like to see my dreams come true, that when people come here looking to bring their business, they like the school district, they have kids that they can hire. It's something that we really need to happen because the county is going to really explode economically. So I will be there to keep pushing the buttons to make our county better. And I'll always be here to help you as a board. If you ever need to pick my brain, go for it. So congratulations. You have a great future ahead of you as a board, all of you. And I'd like to also extend my thanks for the party members for their good work. Thank you all.
The next comment comes from Mr. Bobby Bivens.
Melinda, can you see if he's outside, please? Could we maybe go on to the next one while?
Absolutely. Next comment is from Terrence Saffold. Thank you.
I guess I'll put this. My name is Terrence Southwell. First of all, I want to congratulate the new members on the board. I'm Pastor Terrence Southwell. I've been a pastor of the Greater Maranatha Church for 25 years. I'm also the president of the Ministers Alliance of the Greater San Joaquin Valley, which is 35 churches. I'm also the vice president of the Ministers and Community United. I serve also as a police chaplain in the city of Stockton and a member of the NAACP. I'm here from the community as well as the church, the religious organizations, to ask that the board will make Ms. Miller a permanent superintendent of the Stockton Unified School District. I feel that she has served this as an intern very well. I watched her as she started the healthcare academy, and I was able to see the love that she had for all our children. And since being an intern, I can see that she is the right person for the job. I am here with other pastors, and I asked if it's all right if the pastors that are here and the elders and the clergy that are here, if they would please stand in support of our Miss Miller. There's a video that's going around. I was able to watch the video of our board members that was acting very ungodly, I would say, showing as a poor example to our children. I pray for this new board, and I'm praying for each one of you, that you will be an example to our children, that there will be no bickering, screaming, but it would be an example that we will all be proud of you because we are the one that was able to put you in office. And we expect greatness from great people. And so we thank you for this opportunity. And we are, once again, we're praying for the board. And I want to thank you for your service that you are continue to serve our community, but as well as our children, our grandchildren, and hopefully my great-great-grandchildren. Thank you very much. God bless.
Next comment is also pertaining to agenda item 1.5, and it comes from Mr. Bobby Bivens.
Good evening. My name is Bobby Bivens. I'm president of the Stockton Branch NAACP serving San Joaquin County. And I've been president here for a total of 23 years. And I've watched different boards come and go. I've watched the board members either get along somewhat or not get along. I've watched the progress of our children not move forward as it should have. I'm the father of children that have gone to Stockton Unified School District, and I currently have grandchildren in Stockton Unified School District. And when we look across the country and we look at what is happening with our young people, in particularly our African-American young people, and there's one thing that you all need to understand. When we talk about African-American children and things that happen, it also affects all other children. It's not African-American with the exclusion of other children. When we talk about laws that are made that African-American people have fought for, they never passed a law that just affected African-American people. The laws have been for everybody, and everybody has benefited. And so for those of us that have been on the battlefield for a long time, and I have, it is important to see progress, but yet we are still at the same place now in terms of academic performance as we were 20 years ago. And it is time for us to move forward. It is time for the board to address the issues of education and the whole family. Some families have some advantages that others don't. They understand the rules, the regulations, they understand policy, they understand advocacy, but the majority don't, and the majority don't participate, and the majority never will participate. But as you all are elected to take care of all of the citizens and all of the children that live within this district and within our city. Our city is dependent upon you all to change the posture that has taken place, move our children forward, get them educated so that they can meet the jobs that are today, that are really already gone, to meet the jobs that are coming up tomorrow. Our local economy is depending on the work that is done on that dais, and we are looking forward to you all making Stockton a place that's more acceptable and palatable to people to come here for good, healthy families. Thank you.
The next comment is pertaining to agenda item 1.5, and it's from Mr. David Sengte.
Good evening, everyone. It's been a while since I've been at this pedestal. Now it's full, so but I do want to say congratulations to the newly elected board members. I think it just goes to show what people power and organizing does. When people feel like they're slept on or they're not being heard, people will show up, and I believe these November 22 are an affirmation of people coming out to show who and what their values are. And when a school board isn't necessarily listening to the community, you're going to see major shifts in power take place during these midterm elections. And again, I want to thank the school board members who have stood by us and have affirmed to us that they listen to the community, especially Trustee Flores. Thank you again for your service these past 4 years. I know it's been rough and I know it's felt like longer, but I feel like that these next 4 years of this new board is a time for us to turn a new leaf. We have a new board, we have new faces in our administration, and we have new leaders in our Stockton schools. And I believe that with the right amount of change and effort and willpower and listening to the community first and foremost, change can transpire and take place. I encourage the newly elected board members to take leadership positions on this board and to also reach out communities that served and that they serve and that elected them. Again, I want to remind all members that it's the people who voted you in and it's the people that can vote you out. We've seen that clearly in the past November election. And when that happens, people are telling you and sending you a message that we're sick and tired of what's not working and we want to see new things. We want to see changes. We want to see our kids be prioritized. And when grand reports are released, when negative media around our district is being posted, we have to remember that it's coming from a place that is care. And when students are coming up to this table and dais and pedestal and leaving a message saying that we're not being heard, it's time to listen to them. And I hope that this new board takes the corrective actions to take steps forward from this. I know that we cannot necessarily undo the actions of the past, but I hope that we as a city and as a school district move forward and keep the values of the people, of the parents and the students at first, and remember that we elected you. It's not the other way around. You serve us. Thank you.
The next comment also pertains to agenda item 1.5, and it comes from Ms. Candelaria Vargas.
You got to push the button.
My name is Candelaria Vargas. I'm here this evening on behalf of Planned Parenthood Advocates Marmonte. And I have a short, sweet message to all of our new board members. Congratulations, and we're here to support you. And you have my number. So looking forward to those conversations and supporting the good work of the future of the board. Thank you. And for all of our schools, right? Yes, we're here. Thank you all.
The next comment is from Mr. Jerry Gonzalez, and he will be speaking on 1.4, 1.5, 113, 1.14, 1.15, and 1.18.
Good evening. Hope you all are doing well. The list that the lady here just read off is basically just looking at what you all have going on this evening. 1.4, the acknowledgement of past board members. I sure am glad that 2 of them are gone. As far as the oath of office for the new board members, congratulations. I think we owe ourselves as a community a little round of applause for voting in some righteous people. And an incumbent reelected. So as far as the appointment of board president, vice president, and board clerk, I'm just going to make a statement that whatever the composition of this board will be after that, that you keep the interest of this community first and first and foremost. And I understand you're representing Stockton Unified and the children that attend Stockton Unified, but you are also representing the larger community of Stockton. And I just ask that you keep that in mind. And if you have any differences, try to work them out in an adult manner. And congratulations. Thank you.
The next comment is pertaining agenda item 1.13, and it comes from Ms. Sylvia Cantu.
Push the button right there, and then you have to hold it down. You have to hold it as you're talking.
Oh, the whole time? Oh,
You have to hold it all the time you're speaking.
I want to start out by saying congratulations. And right now you are getting a paper that I want to talk about, being the president. Since April 27, 2021, the previous board has been excluding people's races, the cultures, and employees. They had memorandum of ceremonial resolutions at Board of Trustees meetings, which includes today. And you'll notice where it says, this will hold until board takes action to withdraw the moratorium. So I'm hoping that the new board president will do that, because how can we not recognize National Hispanic Heritage, African American History Month, Runaway and Homeless Youth Month, Classified School Employees Week, Teacher Appreciation Week, Employee Appreciation, Women's History Month? This board did not. They had no problem going to trainings and doing photo op opportunities, but I think we need to move forward. Another, as president, we need to get an LCAP coordinator or director. The LCAP person collaborates with research and accountability to the development and tracking of LCAP metrics aligned with district policies. Provide regular updates to district leadership regarding progress of engagement activities. We're going to be in the month of January and we have not even had a mid-year on the LCAP. How do we know what's going very, very well? Also, we've been excluding, according to board bylaw 9150, the student board member. According to the bylaw, I've been mentioning this so many times, the student board member shall be recognized at board meetings as full member, shall be seated with the other members of the board, and shall be allowed to participate in questioning, witnesses, and discussing issues. How do you expect the person to vote when they're under closed agenda instead of open session? So please take a look at that. That's what's been a concern. Another thing, regular board meetings, it says 6 and 7, that needs to be changed. We should have 2 board meetings. We have a closed session and open session. But you'll notice on the closed session, there is no opportunity for people to speak on non-agenda items. I don't think people should wait until 16.1 and all that. We should have a time, because it's easier. That way, when you're at closed session, you don't come back. You come back at regular meeting and you go afterwards. Also, I do believe that as president, I do believe you should move the non-agenda items under 5.1, under 5, make it 5.2. Why should someone wait at the end? As you can see, it takes some of these meetings do go a long time. Some people work the next day, and we have students that go to school also the next day. So those are my only things. I know being a president, it's going to, but it has to be leadership. It has to be someone that's going to bring the board together and not divide the board. We've been seeing that. So I really hope that you do that. And once again, congratulations and thank you.
The last public comment is pertaining agenda item 2.2, and it comes from Ms. Sylvia Cantu.
Okay, there's a paper going around on October 11th, 2022. There was a board agenda approving the executive assistant number 3. And that was pulled, as you can see in the front. It says item 13.2 was pulled from the agenda, referred to item 4.3 for additional information. And if you turn to the page, you will see where it's highlighted, where trustee Zuleta motioned to pull items, and I highlighted 13.2 from the agenda. The motion was seconded by trustee Cecilia Mendez, and it was passed by Maria Mendez, Cecilia Mendez, Scott McBrien, Alicia Rico, Ray Zuleta, and Zachary Avalar, and Angel Flores was not present. We had a board meeting after this, October 25th, and November 14th. Yet I never saw this position on the agenda, but somehow it's already on 2.2 to be approved, to be appointed. So I think on that, we should not always be checking. I don't know if this is on there because we have 3 brand new trustees or anything like that, but we need to start paying attention and looking at this. So my question is, how did this get on the, to be appointed under 2.2 if it never went through the board? This position was never approved by the board. And like I said, it's right there. It was supposed to be brought back and it hasn't been brought back. The only thing that was brought back was to accept the appointment. I don't know. It has nothing to do with the person. I just think with transparency and everything else, like I said last time, the last board meeting, when we're just hiring acting directors out of the blue and all this other stuff, it really has to go to the board and we have to look at stuff like that. So once again, that was my only comment, was mentioning on 2.2 was that position. Thank you very much.
Dr. Miller, that concludes public comment. Back to you.
All right, thank you. So we're going to go to item 1.10. We have the Student Board Representative Report by Ms. Abby Welker from Chavez High School.
I'd like to start off with Franklin. On December 9th, they held a parent-initiated ELD celebration for students who are showing great strides of improvement.
Can you push the button down? I'm not sure folks in the back can hear you.
We're going to start off with Franklin. On Friday, December 9th, they held a parent-initiated ELD celebration for students who are showing great strides of improvement. They'd like to celebrate Franklin High School's marching band on a successful trip to Palm Springs, participating in the parade with other comprehensive high schools. Franklin High School sent a team of teachers to the Advith Path training, and participants returned excited to use strategies they learned about. Franklin High School race to submit numbers are still improving in a positive direction. They are working to increase the number submitted via our mid-year graduates. ASB has hosted 12 Days of Joy. They have put on a variety of themes, activity days, and students are participating with Franklin Spirit. Our student winter formal, since COVID, is being planned for January, another sign of normalcy for our students, plus hosted visual and performing art showcases, sponsored foster youth gifts for the holidays, 5+ forums, painting and pizza workshops. Patterson Unified visited our Plus program to see a model of how they can be implemented in the Plus program at their sites. At Edison, we'd like to celebrate the band on a successful trip to Palm Springs, participating with Stagg and Chavez High Schools. One voice performance was a hit last week. Students performing for a welcoming audience, displaying their talents and putting into practice their learning in the choir and music department. Plus, students celebrated Spirit Week this week by engaging the students in winter activities, dress-up days, adding the amazing soul Viking culture has at Edison. They hosted a McDonald's Classic basketball tournament this past week, kicking off the basketball season with a slam dunk. Congratulations for continued success in our annual tournament and displaying an amazing sportsmanship and community involvement. They celebrated students this week with perfect attendance, honor roll, and student citizenship awards. Students received certificates, awards, and celebrating their success. Advid hosted a PATH training recently with educators around USD participating and trained with Advid practices. Drama and theater department completed a series of performances of the Midsummer Night's Dream last week. Audiences grew every night, capping off an extreme successful production from our drama department. FAFSA and college applications continue to increase throughout the year, with several students being accepted into UCs and CSUs and other colleges, universities, and post-secondary opportunities. At Stagg, they would like to congratulate the marching band on a successful trip to Palm Springs, participating with Edison and Chavez High School. Stag's music department performed wonderfully on December 7th in front of a packed house. This was the first music concert by Stag students pre-COVID. Stag Plus students should be celebrated for the awesome work they have done, and with Commodore students and representative practices. Stag Agriculture CTE had a great amount of purchases of Christmas wreaths and floral classes. The sales of the wreaths helped fund our floral projects throughout the school year. Stag Athletics, hosted by the Delta King Annual Basketball Tournament and the Delta Queen Animal Basketball Tournament. This was an exciting event for all participating schools. Stag celebrated students with perfect attendance. Students received award certificates, pizza, and incentive gifts such as iPad minis and Xboxes. Advid students had a great turnout for career exploration evening. Industry leaders in fields such as personal finance, agricultural, and medicine were presented, just to name a few. Stag had a monthly parent coffee hours. Attendance has steadily increased by 50% each time. Stag had a wonderful time at science camp as counselors. Stag students supported the science camp campers from Hoover Tyler Elementary. FAFSA and college applications have increased by 45% this school year, with several students receiving early admissions to universities. At Chavez, we would like to celebrate the Chavez Marching Band on a successful trip to Palm Springs and participating in the parade with other comprehensive high schools. We would like to thank the district Advid team for sending a team of teachers to the Advid Path meeting. Chavez students are showing an interest into going to college. FAFSA is in full swing. ASB hosted a Spirit Week filled with holiday fun. ASB supported our local families in need with their sock and canned food drive. ASB has also kept their tradition of 12 wishes. We are granting wishes for 12 students, plus sent new employees welcoming gifts to make all teammates feel welcome. Chavez VAPA department has been busy with many shows. We have had a dance, orchestra, choir, band, and packed mariachi. Chavez has held zone concerts for our elementary schools. Taking care of business students were celebrated at our yearly food truck event. We had over 12 local businesses represented. Titan Academy continues to support our students with a need for academic intervention. Titan Academy earned 780 credits the first semester and 815 credits the second semester. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, item 1.11, we have a student honoree, Miss Vanessa Morales of Franklin High School. We have a certificate here, and is Brian Biederman, are you presenting?
All right, good evening, trustees, and congratulations to our new trustees. Unfortunately, Principal Lottie could not be here tonight, so I'm going to do a very poor job imitating her. So forgive me in advance. But this is Vanessa Morales. She is the true essence of Franklin High School. She is an all-around student that is on her way to becoming a young adult with impact in her community. She is an example of what leadership means on campus. She takes commitments to heart, and her dedication to Franklin is felt. And here's just a laundry list of the things this young lady has done. She's part of ASB plus rigorous coursework, Skills USA, the women's construction class. She's already earned 10 hours of OSHA certification while at Franklin. Oh yeah. She already promised to come do work at my house. I appreciate her. She's a student that has very mature conversations with adults, according to Anna. She's been extremely impressed with the conversation she and I have had, and it really pushes the principal's thinking. So here's a student that has voice on campus, pushing the principal. I love it. Vanessa's goal is to attend a four-year university, specifically UC Davis, to major in neuroimaging major to study the brain and how it is affected based on specific experience. Wow. I'm very proud of her and where she's headed. And again, Principal Lottie expresses her heartfelt condolences for not being here tonight. And she just wanted to make sure that Vanessa knew that if she could be here, she would. So thank you. And here is Vanessa.
Thank you. Hello, SUSD Board. I first want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to be the past student board representative. It has allowed me to enhance my skills in public speaking and has provided me with experience in displaying advocacy. As Mr. Biederman mentioned, I have participated in many of the programs offered at Franklin High School. I feel that it's extremely beneficial for students to find a sense of belonging on their school campus. And joining clubs or participating in programs can make a student feel as if they belong. I'm extremely thankful for programs like PLUS. In the PLUS program, I'm a school ambassador who takes part in improving the climate and culture of the school through forums, wellness campaigns, as well as creating events that are engaging and inclusive for our student body to come together. I took on a leadership role of leading forums guided to help students in need of intervention for truancy, academic support, or mental support. The forums allowed the program to receive feedback and provide guidance to other students. Programs similar to PLUS focus on the well-being of students and make students want to come to school every day. It makes students feel as if they're part of the school community. Thank you, SUSD, for ensuring that student voices are heard through programs and through representatives in the Board of Education. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vanessa. If you just stay right there, we've got 2 certificates for you. One as the student honoree for Board of Education, and then also one for being the SUSD board rep. So board member Alicia Rica, would you like to present this to her? All right, thank you, Ms. Vanessa. All right, item 1.12, public employee discipline dismissal release. Is there anything, Dr. Lipton?
Dr. Miller, no, there's nothing for that item.
Thank you. All right, we're moving on to item 1.13. May I please have a motion to appoint the board president?
Madam
I
President,
motion to choose trustee Flores for board president.
First was Mr.
So was
Zuleta.
Dr. Lipton? Who went first?
Mr. Zuleta.
I don't know.
Mr. Zuleta.
Sophia spoke first. I think everybody's seen that here.
Zuleta was first.
It was YP who was the first, who said,
Well, I heard trustee Cologne's motion.
Okay. All right, is there a second to that motion?
I second.
Is there a discussion on that motion?
I just have a comment. So the community is gonna say that I'm wrong, but it's not. If we appoint trustee Flores to as the president, if the district won't be falling down, this is gonna be fall more down.
Order.
I would like to have also the microphone. I had to admit, the young guy, who came in and speak up, I talked to him over there in the hallway, and he brought on to me some conversation about the 3 new board members. And I know that we make some mistakes as board members, and I take responsibility. All of us, we have made mistakes, including past board members and many things that they have done in the past. But right now, it's not the point this. We wanted to have a new president, then don't have anything to people, even in one side to another one. We're not perfect. I do trust, to be honest, if I would have been my choice, I will be nominating Kenita Stevens, or even the young men, because I talk to a lot of Filipino community, and they call me. And yeah, the young man. And I just wanted to let you know that I have a lot of people calling on your behalf, and I'm not deaf. I do understand what they're telling me, and they want new leadership, new blood in the board. And I think that the community is right. It is right. And that is right. I wanted to say that to you guys, and because we deserve better, all of us. And they spoke very, very good about this young man, and I don't want, because it's the Filipino community here, is here, I just don't want that yes, that one of the persons are here who talked to me over the phone. And I wanna respect them. He told me, are you gonna say what I told you? Yes, he believes that he's a strong man, that he can put things together. He's young, he's eager. And I wanna thank to the guy, who came and met Trustee Donaire. I wanna letting you know that a lot of people in the community also spoke on your behalf. And I want to be honest right here on the podium and be honest and truthful. So thank you so much for your time.
Are we able for a vote?
Are we ready to vote?
Is there any other discussion on this motion? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Mendez,
No,
trustee Rico,
No, and I say my point, why not?
trustee Zulueta,
No.
trustee Danair,
Yes.
trustee Colon,
Yes.
trustee Stevens,
Yes.
trustee Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-3.
So the new president may now take her seat at the dais. Melinda?
It's my pleasure. May I please have a motion to appoint Kenita Stevens as Board Vice President?
I will second that.
I like, first, I like,
Second that.
any discussion?
We didn't hear you repeat.
Any discussion?
Yes, I do. That's an excellent choice. A person then come in and don't have any ties with the board. I totally agree, and thank you, Kenita, if you accept the position. Thank you.
Trustee Rico? That's gonna be my choice to be a president, Kenita Stevens, but well, you guys choose the other one, so, well.
Is there any more discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Cecilia Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Alicia Rico,
Of course.
trustee Raymond Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Donald Nair,
Yes.
trustee Sophia Colon,
Yes.
trustee Kanita Stevens,
Yes.
trustee Angel Ann Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
And now Kanita Stevens will move over to the vice president seat. Welcome, Kanita Stevens. Next item, 1.15. May I please have a motion to appoint the board clerk for Stockton Unified School District, Sophia Cologne? I motion for Sophia Cologne to be appointed as board clerk.
I second.
Any discussion? No discussion going twice? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Cecilia Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Alicia Rico,
Yes.
trustee Raymond Zulueta,
No.
trustee Donald Nair,
Yes.
trustee Sophia Colon,
Yes.
vice president Kanita Stevens,
Yes.
president Angel Ann Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-1.
Congratulations, Sophia Cologne as board clerk, and she's going to remain seated where she is. Moving on to item 1.16. May I please have a motion to appoint Dr. Tracy E. Miller as interim superintendent as the secretary for the governing board of education?
Peter Stevens, I motion for Dr. Miller to be secretary of the board.
I'll do the second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Cecilia Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Alicia Rico,
Yes.
trustee Raymond Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Donald Nair,
Yes.
trustee Sophia Colon,
Yes.
vice president Kanita Stevens,
Yes.
president Angel Ann Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, moving on to item 1.17. We're going to have a motion to ratify the appointments presented by board president. First committee is Parks and Recreation. And I will appoint Donald Nair, Kanita Stevens, For Parks and Recreation, Donald, would you accept the appointment?
Yes.
Thank you. For San Joaquin County School Boards Association Executive Committee, I would like to nominate myself, Angel Ann Flores. And for the 3x3 committee, I would like to nominate Sophia Colon.
I accept.
Okay, thank you. And for the 1852 Foundation Committee, I would like to nominate Kanita Stevens,
I accept.
Donald Denaire,
I accept.
and Sophia Colon.
I accept.
Is there a second on the is there any discussion on the motion?
Trustee Flores, sorry to interrupt, but for the third committee, the 3x3 requires 3 appointments.
Oh, I thought you said one. Oh, okay. So I will be on that committee. And Ray Zuleta, would you like to be on that committee?
I'll accept. Thank you.
Okay, so Ray will be the third person on that committee. Roll call vote. Wait, sorry.
You're missing one. I think you need another one.
No, I got Ray, Kanita, and myself.
Trustee Flores, would you also want to appoint a chairperson for the 2 latter committees? You nominated the 3 members, but who are you nominating to be the chairperson?
For the 3x3,
Yes.
Kanita Stevens,
And then for the 1852 Foundation Committee,
Sophia Colon.
thank you.
Can I get a second, please? I second. Roll call. Any discussion?
There is. I think there might be a clarification
Yeah.
for 3x3. I think you first named Sophia,
Okay,
1852.
let's fix that. So Kanita for 1852 and Sophia Colon for the 3x3.
Okay, I accept the change.
You got that noted? Okay, so are we good? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Cecilia Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Alicia Rico,
Yes.
trustee Raymond Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Donald Denaire,
Yes.
clerk Sophia Colon,
Yes.
vice president Kanita Stevens,
Yes.
president Angel Ann Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Moving on to item 1.18. May I please have a motion to approve the designation of dates of regular board meetings for 2023?
I will do first.
I'll do the second.
Is there any discussion on the motion?
Yes, so date April 25th, we are all at Coast to Coast. If we could change that board meeting to a different date.
And also, there's a date in March. Are we on spring break that week? It's March 14th. So we're in spring break. Yeah, so we're gonna have to modify that date too. That's my birthday, you guys, just in case you wanted to know. Okay. You looking at the calendar? The 7th or the 21st team, which works better?
Yeah, dates for March. So the 14th is spring break. The next meeting is the 28th, correct?
Do you guys mind if we approve the schedule for today as modified? And then when we come back next board meeting, we'll have better dates for you all.
That will be perfect.
Okay, so I motion to approve Okay. Roll call?
Trustee Cecilia Mendez.
Excuse me, just to clarify the motion, this is to approve it as set forth in the agenda. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Trustee Cecilia Mendez.
Yes.
Trustee Alicia Rico.
Yes.
Trustee Raymond Zulueta.
Yes.
Trustee Donald Danair.
Yes.
Clerk Sophia Colon.
Yes.
Vice President Kanita Stevens.
Yes.
President Angel Ann Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
And as her first official role, Vice President Kanita Stevens will discuss what we will be talking about in closed session.
Sure. Closed session, we will discuss 2.1, public employee appointment, certificated, leave of absence, resignation, retirement, and appointment. 2.2, public employee appointment, classified, leave of absence, resignation, retirement, rescind employment offer and appointment. 2.3, public employee appointment, professional expert coaches. 2.4, conference with labor negotiator and district chief agency negotiators. 2.5, public employee discipline, dismissal, and release. 2.6, conference with legal counsel, existing litigation. 2.7, conference with legal counsel and anticipated litigation.
We will now adjourn to closed session.
The board will now reconvene to public session.
Okay, thank you all for staying. We have our guest Pledge of Allegiance speaker here who wasn't able to be here earlier, so we always want to accommodate our students. And so I would like to call Carmela Colokar to the front, and if everybody could please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and the republic for which stands one nation under God, invisible, justice for all.
And now we're going to go ahead and get you a certificate, okay? So go ahead and stay where you are. Okay, moving on to item 4.2, announcement of action taken in closed session.
Motion to approve public appointment certificated was passed 6-1 with Flores no. Approval 2.2, approval of public appointment classified. It carried 5-2 with 2 abstentions, Flores and Zuleta. Two point three, approval of public employee appointment, professional expert coaches. It passed unanimously. 2.5, motion to approve a resignation agreement with a teacher, passed unanimously. 2.5, motion to ratify the termination of an employment of a classified employee, passed unanimously. 2.5, the motion passed unanimously to ratify the release of employment for a classified employee. 2.6, motion passed unanimously to ratify the settlement agreement in the Sixto case. Also, the motion passed unanimously to approve the settlement agreement for the Baptiste case. Motion passed unanimously to respond to a complaint in the Banks case. The motion to respond passed 6-1 to respond to the complaint case for Smith 6-0-1 with absent Zuleta. .7, motion passed unanimously to reject the claim of SRA Investment Group. And that was it for closed session.
All right, moving on to item 4.3, approval of order of agenda. So any changes in the order of agenda should be presented at this time. Do we have any?
Madam President, then we passed the 4.1, the Pledge of Allegiance. It says the Orlando Gaston Olivas. Okay, thank you.
I can ask Tracy. I just want to confirm, Dr. Lipton, on 4.3, the approval of order of agenda, this is where we pull items if we want to, right?
President Flores, no, where you'd pull items, well, you mean pulling items from the consent calendar?
Yeah. Okay.
That
Okay.
would be
So
done
with
at the consent.
with this one, then what I would like to motion is to bring public comment to the front.
I'll second that.
Yeah. So the public comment at the end, I would like to push it before 6.1. So all public comment. Because I know we have some people who want to get gone. We have some students in the room. And so I don't want them to have to wait if there's anything that we have to do anything for them. No?
President Flores, so the motion is to move 16.1 to where 5.1 is.
Yes.
Thank you.
I second.
It's already a second.
Okay, roll call vote.
Trustee Cecilia Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Alicia Rico,
Yes.
trustee Ray Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Donald Denaire,
Yes.
clerk Sophia Colon,
Yes.
vice president Kenita Stevens,
Yes.
president Angel Ann Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, moving on to item 5.1.
Individual speakers shall be allowed 3 minutes to address the board. The board shall limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. So I will call names forward. Anyone addressing the board will have a seat at the table and press and hold the button on the mic to speak the entire time. President Flores, just a side note, I did receive 2 comment cards for agenda item 8.6. That is in the public hearing section, and I will hold those cards for that time. So the first public comment is regarding agenda item 11.2, and that comes from Mr. Jerry Gonzalez.
Okay. So let me get my notes here. On October 11th, there was a previous contract approved by for services from the Tri Group. And the term of that agreement was from October 13th of 2022 through February 2nd of 2023. So essentially 3.5 months. $300 an hour, 400 hours, $120,000. That was approved just in October. Today's agenda has a new amendment to that contract, and the term being from December 13th of 2022 through June 30th of 2023 for essentially 6.5 months. That being $300 an hour also, 870 hours for a total of $261,000. There seems to be an overlap, and I don't quite understand that. There's an overlap from December 13th of this year through February 2nd of next year. So you have a total of $381,000 going to a consultant. And I find that troubling. The cover letter from the Tri Group states that the amendment shall be in addition, an additional 870 hours of service. So that's why it looks like they're adding them up. It just doesn't make sense. And, you know, my opinion on this is that this is just exhibits a failure of past administrations and previous board decisions in hiring, in many cases, and promoting people who are not fully qualified and experienced. Through these actions has cost many hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even millions of dollars, with some of the decisions that were made by the previous board. So we're paying consultants and we're paying our staff or our administrators, and all these monies going not into the classrooms where I believe they belong. So I just asked the board to move as quickly as possible to search for a permanent superintendent that can in turn recruit knowledgeable and competent administrators. And the monies, again, like I said, need to be spent in the classroom and not in this building.
The next 5 comment cards pertain to agenda item 13.4, and the first speaker is Victor Garcia.
Hope this works. All right. Congratulations, by the way. In my 15 years of service to this district as an after-school program facilitator, I have learned from some of the most experienced and knowledgeable people that the district once had. Unfortunately, the people who have once helped to build such a strong foundation for our department are no longer involved in the decision-making of our after-school programs. The legacy left behind by the district personnel who poured into our ASP facilitators can be found in our efforts to come together as a much stronger unit and as leaders of our own school sites and communities. As program facilitators, we got stronger together in spite of the continuous bad decisions that were being made by people in positions of power over the past couple of years. I teach my staff the importance of being a team that works together for the betterment of the whole and not the individual. I also teach my team about identifying our wins and opportunities. We only grow to get stronger when we can be self-reflective about how we can do better. We should always strive to do better for our respective communities, our families, and most importantly, the students that we serve. As program facilitators, many of us have made personal sacrifices to give everything we have to our programs and our students, despite the lack of wage increases and level of respect to our position. To the new board, you carry the opportunity to redirect the district into making moves that will positively impact the whole and not the individual. I ask you to make us whole, the people who have been in the trenches and who have been the boots on the ground for all these years, the people who give their all to the children that we serve. The focus needs to be on the needs of the kids, not administrative positions that do not interact directly with the kids. Do we need more counseling, mental health, paraprofessional support, et cetera? How we really looked at the needs of the students to make this program successful. I'm a little bit nervous because I don't usually talk, but I think there's quite a few people who really motivated me to want to speak up, especially with everything that's gone on up until this point. And I appreciate that. And I'm thankful for you to push me and to motivate me to talk here in front of you guys. And again, I just want to say thank you. We're just hopefully trying to make the right changes and taking this district to the right direction. Appreciate it.
The next comment is also pertaining 13.4, and it's from Ann Sandoval.
That's Annie Sandoval.
Thank you. First, I want to congratulate you all into your seats into a new year and a new opportunity to make great changes for our district and the communities that we serve. I work at Henry Elementary, and I've been there for 13 full years, and I'm working on my 14th year. And I come from a position like Victor in the after-school programs, and I run and supervise the program. I also have sacrificed many sleepless nights, and I work many jobs to carry this one job. This job that I do for the district for so long and the community that I serve, I sacrifice and I work just to keep this job. I have a lot of side jobs and extra jobs to keep this job. I'm asking that you approve and pass this motion, as it will affect the well-being, mental, emotional, physical well-being of the leaders that are on the booth, on the grounds, walking like Victor said, on the front lines like Dr. Miller has mentioned. And I think it's time to start paying attention to those that are on the front lines and tirelessly and sacrificially pouring into the community the way that we do day in and day out, and that we can continue to get what we need to be able to continue to pour into the community. I am faced with an option at this point in time in my life where I am going to have to make a choice soon, because I'm not young, that I'm going to have to choose to stay in the position that I love, the position that I feel I was created to do, my passion and my purpose, or my well-being. And I never want to leave my position. I've been given many opportunities for better paying jobs and better positions and better places. But the community that I love for 13 years, I've been able to see generations of families, and as I do it sacrificially, and I never want to leave what I do. But the reality for me at my age and moving forward in our society is that I'm going to be faced with a tough decision sooner rather than later. If I also don't fight for what I believe is right and equity, like I teach the students and my staff. I also try to create unity and a team betterment. And I think that it's important to pour into those and acknowledge those that are on the front lines each and every day. We're tirelessly working, and this has been a rough year coming back, and it would be just one less thing that we have to worry about. And one of my biggest struggles is, do I buy toilet paper or do I put gas in my car? And I'm sure that speaks a lot of volume to a lot of people, but that's my journey with the district, and I wouldn't change that for the world. And I don't ever want to have to be placed in a decision where I have to choose to give up my passion and my purpose and my desire because I need to financially take care of myself.
The next comment is also pertaining 13.4, and it's from Miss Maria Zamora.
Am I doing this right? Yes. Okay. Hi. Congratulations to those of you in your new position. My name's Maria Mercedes Zamora. I've been an after-school program facilitator for the last 4 years. I'm so glad I actually get to be here today and this item is finally on the agenda. As a program facilitator, it feels like we're finally being heard. Our narrative is finally being spoken by those of us on the front lines. So I am very appreciative of that. I thank you all for taking the time to hear our voice. For the past 4 years, I've attended our beginning of the year professional development days, where we always go over the same job description that has been outdated for 10 years. It is so disheartening when we hear the same 10 little bullet points that we supposedly do, when we know there has been more and more and more and more every year added. With a new budget, with a new expand and learning program budget, there is more added to our plate. It saddens me with what I hear when I'm hearing that job description, because sometimes I just don't see if the district actually really fully understands what we do for our babies, our community, and the school culture. Because that job description does not encompass what we actually do. And again, it's been outdated easily in 10 years. We're not really asking for a pay raise. We're actually just asking for what we have been doing. Whether you've been here the 15 years, 10 years, 5 years, or you have just started as an after-school program facilitator, again, it's not a raise. It really is just what we do. And we don't mind doing it. We love it. We work off hours. On our days off when we're sick, we're still answering phone calls. We're reaching out to parents, making sure that our babies are well taken care of. So I just, please accept the 13.4 proposition. Thank you.
The next comment is also pertaining 13.4, and it's from Daniel Franco.
Good evening, esteemed board members. To those of you that are new, welcome. My name is Daniel Franco. I'm the after-school program facilitator at Hazelton Elementary. Before I became a facilitator, I was in a position called staff support specialist. And in that position, I was privileged enough to visit almost all 42 of our after-school programs. I very quickly learned that every program facilitator had their own style, their own way of communicating to staff, to partner agencies, and all stakeholders. But one thing that I saw immediately was a constant was the passion and drive that these people have to serve our students. In addition to that, the amount of work that they also do to develop the young adults working in their programs, the staff, trainers like myself. I got to say, when I first came into the program 7 years ago, I was kind of lost. I didn't know what I was doing with my life. And I came in after school programs. They all opened me with open arms, and this became my home. So this is more than just a job to me. This is my home. I spend more time with the kids at my site than I do with my own family. Now, with that being constant of having that passion and drive to serve our students, that needs to be sustainable. We need to have our facilitators feeling like they can sustain their livelihood and continue to give to the students endlessly and to the young adults that are working at their sites, because then those young adults go on to become leaders themselves like I have. And now I am a facilitator after having the belief instilled in me and showing these amazing facilitators saying, hey, we believe in you. You'd be great at this. You can do this. And now here I am. And I'm very proud to be here. I'm just really encouraging you guys to vote yes on this motion. I think it's the right move. And for us to be sustainable and equitable, I feel like all facilitators should stay at their current pay step, and that we shouldn't go backwards. We should move forwards. I just want to shout out all the facilitators who are still here. Not everyone was able to stick around to this point. I want to shout out to you guys because you believed in me and I believe in you. And that's why I'm here speaking on all our behalfs. And I just really think that it's necessary to vote yes on this. And I really encourage you guys to do so. And when it comes to staff uplifting students daily, that's who we are. that, and we're all right here. So I also encourage, if anyone, anyone hearing my voice, please give it up for these facilitators, because I wouldn't be here without them. They do such a great job. They kill it every day. They give it everything. They pour it all out and they leave nothing behind. That is really all I had to say. Thank you so much. And this, like I said, this is home. So I really encourage you guys to make it a home that we can afford to stay in and don't have to, move away from. Thank you.
The last comment card is also pertaining agenda item 13.4, and it's from Miss Diana Kimoto.
Hi, everybody. First of all, I'd like to say that I'm here to put a face to the 41 facilitators that couldn't be here. We are the middle children is the easiest way I can describe it. We are the ones that have to parent ourselves majority of the time, seek our own resources, and pretty much be our own support team. We're here after the bell rings and we're long gone. And we're here after the students are long gone. Pretty much I'm here just to, how to explain it? Sorry, I'm a little nervous. We're here because we have been the middle child for the longest. It's very apparent since our job description hasn't been updated since 2004. Our job duties go and exceed farther than that. And this is an amazing opportunity for us to be able to continue in our position. I am that facilitator that's been here 7 years, but some of us have been here 20, 15, 13. And it's not fair to forget how long we've been here, how much we've put into our community and our students. I can't leave my job, not because it's something financial, but because I've built those connections. Those students are my family, and I can't imagine myself doing another job. But at the same time, I have to be conscious because I'm now a mother. And this job is not only for myself anymore, but it's for my son. And I would really love the opportunity to continue. And this means a lot, because if this passes through, I'm able to be there for my son and be there for my students, something that I wish I can continue to do long after. Many of these facilitators are put in that position as well, where they're putting their own lives on the back burner so they can continue to be here. Many of us, our mental health is burned. It is very apparent in the turnover that's happened in these recent years, especially based on the fact that many of these new facilitators come in thinking that the job description is the one that was based on 2004. And within the year, they're gone because our job duties exceed more than what that description proves. And sometimes the financial aspect drives us to leave. And I really would hate that to happen and continue to happen, because it not only affects us, it affects our students when they see someone that they love begin the year and no longer be there the next. So I really hope that you guys can pretty much see that there's 41 of us that have been here and will continue to be here. And we really hope that you guys can support us by voting yes on this, so we can be here for our students who are our family, the teachers who we've built connections with, our principals, our community, our parents. We really would not love anything more but to be able to continue and stay where we are and to grow and to be there for them as we continue throughout these years. Thank you.
President Flores, that concludes public comment. Back to you.
Very well done, facilitators. As a former facilitator myself, I'm very, very proud, and you guys already know where I stand on that. Okay, moving on to, do we move on now to the public? Is that all done, right?
That's done. There wasn't anything for 16.1. Thank you.
All right. Now moving on to item 6.1, approval of consent items. Items being removed by individual trustees for separate consideration or action items. Do we have any? I do have items to be removed or pulled. I would like to pull items 6.23, 6.26, 6.30, 6.31, 6.32, 6.33, 6.34, 6.35, and 13.5. Okay, so removal of those ones. Let me turn my page, see if I. Okay, do we have anybody else who would like to pull any action items for consideration? Okay. Roll call vote. Those in favor, say aye. Aye. Can I get a motion? I motion. Can I get a second?
I'll second. President Flores, just to be clear, this is a motion to approve the remainder of the consent items.
Right. Sorry, guys. I gotta get used to this. Okay, so I am motion to approve with these items removed. Can I get a second? And
I'll second.
okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Vote is unanimous. I pulled them for removal. I asked that if I could pull it and they told me that I had to wait until 6.1. That's what I was advised. So, Dr. Lipton?
I apologize if I misunderstood your question before, that I thought you meant whether you could pull them from consent for separate consideration.
No, I wanted to pull them. And I asked you that.
I misunderstood your question then. Then may I suggest to that item?
Well, I think she's meaning to go back to 4.1 because she wants to pull them from the agenda in full, and we already voted for 4.1. Not to contend, I just want to make sure that we are aware.
No, President Flores, a lot of misunderstanding. Perhaps you want to have a reconsideration of item 4.3.
Yes.
That's where items can be removed from the agenda
Okay,
entirely.
that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go back to item 4.3 for consideration.
Do we need a motion for that? I just want to make sure. So to reconsider 4.3 because we're.
Yes, technically there would be a motion to reconsider 4.3.
I'd like to make a motion to reconsider 4.3.
And I'll second. Okay, now we got to bring 4.3 to a vote.
And so on this one, I just want to double check. You want to pull 6.23, 6.26, 6.30, 6.31, 6.32, 6.33, 6.34, 6.35 from the agenda in their entirety. And then you also mentioned 13.5.
Yes, 13.4 and 13.5. I mean, not 13.4, sorry.
That's why I was double checking because you had said those.
Yeah, no. I want which one is
So
it?
all of the 6 points up, so
Right.
23, 26, 30 through 35, and then is there any additional?
And that's what I wanted to also pull the 13.5 and 13.6.
President Flores, so your motion, just to be clear, is to remove from the agenda all those items
Yes.
that you just listed. So
Yes.
that's what the motion on the floor is, and that now it needs a second.
Yes.
I just want to ask, is it possible to leave 13.5 and 13.6 as a discussion, if not as an action? Because I've never seen those, so I wanted to see that information.
No, that's, we could bring it back to the next board agenda, but I'm pulling it for today.
Okay, I second.
Okay. Do we need a roll call vote or can we do all ayes?
Trustee Rico?
A roll call vote is not necessary, but first there's discussion and then you can have a voice vote.
Okay, discussion? No discussion?
Can I?
You may speak, Rico.
Thank you. Also, I want to pull 6.25. $6.25.
You want to pull 6.25?
Yes, so that's what I mentioned.
That's to put shades up for Merlot
Yeah, I want
and
to put
Edison
this.
and Jane Frederick.
Yes, is that right? Is the correct one?
I'd
President
like to motion to pull the items with the exception of 6.25. I do not want 6.25 pulled.
Okay, so can I have the floor?
Go ahead.
Okay, you can do that. So I want to pull those items with exception. Give me a second. Oh, 6.23.
I did pull that one already. That's on the list.
I know, you pulled it. That's why I say I want to just leave it in there.
Dr.
Because
Liston,
this
what
is
do you
the
recommend?
second that you pulled this item.
So there's a motion and a second, and now it's for discussion. There's a suggestion to remove 6.23 from the motion. So if you, as the mover of the motion and the seconder, agree with that amendment, then that can proceed. If you don't agree to that, then the motion will proceed as stated, and there could be a separate motion.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't agree to pulling 6.25. So I'm not agreeing to trustee Rico's motion. So what do we do from there? So now we go to a vote.
If there's no further discussion, then there'd be a vote. That's
Okay,
correct.
so no more further discussion. Let's go ahead and vote. Roll call vote. Can we get a roll call vote?
Trustee Cecilia Mendez,
No.
trustee Alicia Rico,
Yes.
trustee Raymond Zulueta,
Abstain.
trustee Donald Nair,
Yes.
clerk Sophia Colon,
Yes.
vice president Kanita Stevens,
Yes.
president Angel Ann Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-1 with 1 abstention.
Okay, moving on to item 7.1, recognitions and presentations. We have a recognition for Miss Gianna Hoff from Van Groningen and Sons, Inc.
Is Is Miss Janine Hoff here? This was for the donation of 220 pumpkins to Washington School. So doesn't look like they're here, so we'll make sure that they get those at a later date.
Okay. Item 7.2, recognition for Mr. Salvador Alvarado, President, and Mr. Miguel Arroyo, Vice President for Sangre Lowrider Car Club.
So this would be board members, Ms. Mendez.
Hello, Stockton Unified Board. On behalf of Taylor Leadership Academy, we would like to recognize Sangre Lowrider Car Club. This car club is dedicated to help and promote positive events for the community and fundraise for various organizations. We are honored that they have participated in our trunk or treat for 2 years and look forward to future endeavors. Thank you for sharing your beautiful works of art. We appreciate all the positivity and joy your car club provides to car enthusiasts and admirers.
Thank you, Jennifer. Have a certificate here for Miguel Arroyo. For Salvador Alvarado. Certificate for Ferrell Rosario.
Good afternoon and congratulations to all the board members. We would just like to thank Teller Elementary for allowing us to be a part of all these community events. All this is very near and dear to our heart. We would like to reintroduce ourselves to the community, that we're breaking stereotypes. We're breaking the stereotype of what a lowrider car club is, because we are community partners. We are parents with our children at the Stockton Unified School District. And we just want to let the community know that we're here to partner you. We're here to help, motivate, and mentor all of our youth. Thank you.
Just to add to that, we have some of our bike club members here with us. We brought them here so they can see the diversity in the room, so they can see how things get passed in the community. And again, thank you to Taylor Elementary. Thank you to SUSD Department. Thank you to SUSD Public Safety Department for allowing us to participate in some of their Halloween events and some of their local community events, right? Allowing us to interact with members at a higher level of the community, letting our children see that we're interacting with police department, that we're interacting with members of the council. And hopefully one day they can hold one of these positions. Thank you.
Giselle Leva.
Adrian Oil.
Alex Leva.
Yesenia Leva.
And thank you so much. Everybody coming today, and thank you so much for your service. Can we have a picture here with all of us together? Thank you.
Okay, for item 7.3, Mr. Jarrell Rosetto is not going to be able to make it. He is out sick today. And then we also have 7.4, recognition for Mr. Steven Torres Esqued, a teacher from the Young Adult Program. Are you here? All right. Kari, I'm sorry, trustee Mendez, can you come up and have a seat? We didn't call you down there and are you okay with, oh, okay, sorry about that. Yeah, please let us know. Okay, we're going to move on to item 8.1, which is a public hearing of the Stockton Teachers Association Sunshine Proposal to Stockton Unified School District for 2022 to 2025 successor negotiations.
Walk us through this, sir.
President Flores, if you see the steps there listed, the first step is to formally open the public hearing and just follow those steps for each of the public hearings. Do you see that there?
So I formally open the public hearing. Can we get a staff report? No public testimony? Any trustee comments? Oh, public, oh, okay. We have Felice. Come on up.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome all new trustees. After numerous months, we finally are at a point where we can sunshine and get ready to start negotiating. It is our successor contract. So as you can see from reading the sunshine letter, we have our typical reopeners. There's other items that specifically we want to reopen. And then there's things that can come up during negotiations because it's successor. So there's a lot of work to be done. We are excited that we got to meet last week and get dates on the table to get this done. So we're pretty excited about it. So thank you.
Any trustee comments? Okay, no trustee comments. So we're going to go ahead and close public hearing. Now we're going to have a public hearing for the Stockton Unified School District Sunshine Proposal to Stockton Teachers Association for 22 to 25 successor negotiations. Any staff reports?
Ms. Wendy, do you have anything to report out?
Thank you. I just want to also reiterate the comments that President Felice stated, that we are excited to have dates on the calendar and looking forward to working collaboratively to work with the district and teachers to bring forward things that will definitely retain and recruit staff to support our students.
Any public testimony? Public comments? Trustee comments? I'm closing public hearing. Public hearing on proposed dedication, item 8.3, public hearing of the proposed dedication of a fire hydrant easement at Madison Elementary School campus to City of Stockton. Public hearing open. Any staff reports? Any public testimony? Trustee comments? Closing public hearing. 8.4, public hearing on the proposed dedication of sidewalks easement at Madison Elementary School campus to City of Stockton. Open public hearing. Any staff reports? Public testimony? Any trustee comments? Close public hearing. This part's easy. 8.5, public hearing on the proposed dedication of a sidewalk easement to John Adams Elementary School campus to City of Stockton. Open public hearing. Staff report. Public testimony. Trustee comments. Closing public hearing. 8.6, public hearing to consider public input on Aspire Stockton TK5 Elementary at Academy request for material revision. Open public hearing. Staff report.
Is there a staff report?
I know. Public testimony. I know I've seen somebody, oh,
I have 2 comment cards for this item.
that's what I seen. I seen some. Staff report.
Good evening, Board President, trustees. This is a name change for material revision. So it's changing the name. We do have our legal counsel here, Mr. John Ye, if he'd like to come up and just provide just a brief update. Again, it is a material revision that includes a name change to the school that already exists.
Thank you, Dr. Ramirez. John Ye from Burke, Williams, and Sorensen. President Flores, this is a request of Aspire to change its name under the Education Code. Any material revision needs to be approved by the board that authorized the charter initially. The Education Code requires a public hearing. So tonight, the board will only hear public input. And then in one of the meetings in January, the board will take action on the requested material revision.
Any other public testimony?
So I have 2 comment cards on this item, and the first comment comes from Mr. Anthony Solina.
The trick's the button, right? Okay, got it. Dr. Ramirez, Dr. Miller, thank you so much for staff for all your work on this and communication. Thank you, trustees. Congratulations, new trustees coming in. Exciting to see you. Existing trustees, great to see you again. And those exiting trustees, just want to thank them for their service too. We've been in the community for 20 years, and so we're excited to continue our partnership. This is for an existing school that was approved a few years back, and we have a program where we give a temporary name to a school prior to the community voting on a permanent name. And so the school started with the Aspire Stockton Elementary, ASE, as just a temporary placeholder. And so we'll have our school leaders speak about the process that they went through, but our goal is to have the name reflect the program and the community. And so we're excited about being able to unveil this name soon. And so we appreciate your time in front of you. The other thing we want to make sure and talk about is just a little bit, this is an existing school. It is not a new school. We've done this several times with the name change before. So for example, Aspire Port City Academy, where I've been principal prior, was Aspire Downtown Stockton first before it changed. Aspire Langston Hughes Academy, prior to that name where the community chose, was Aspire Stockton Secondary. So it's definitely part of our program where we want the community to be a part of the decision. And we understand that this is a material revision because of the board policy. And so we wanted to make sure we worked with staff around that. And lastly, I just wanted to name, there's a letter in there from me in response to a concern. There was a promotional video that was titled with the new name on our website. We've since removed that, and we apologize for that going out before it was officially voted on by the board. So we own that and we apologize for that. And we're looking forward to working with you in the future. Thank you.
The next comment, also on 8.6, is from Alicia de Santiago.
The button work? Okay. Hello. Thank you, Board of Trustees and guests that are here today. I'm the principal at the newest school, and I just wanted to come and share the process that we went through in appealing to our staff and our families and students in looking for a name that best suited our goal. So
From the beginning in the vision, we wrote about being an arts and sciences academy. We have a science lab in our new location and we have art all over the campus. So as a part of the vision, we worked at bringing everyone into it with different suggestions of names. So the staff started with 5 or 6 names, and then we had a community meeting and we invited parents to have names. They added to the list. We took it to the kids and the kids did some voting for both the names and the mascot. So I just come today because I want you to see how involved our community was and how important this whole process has been to us. And then just because the stakeholders are so important in our program, and I wanted you to see that importance as well. The results came in and the parents suggested that our mascot would be the Falcons, and that's a peregrine falcon because it's close to our community. And then the other name that came in for the actual school was Aspire Sciences and Art, and we took that to our board and asked for their final recommendations. So I'm here to you today just to say that we hope you can hear how involved our families and staff and students are, and come to the same conclusion we did, that having arts and sciences in our name reflects who we are in the vision and our commitment to that with our students. And thank you.
Okay, any trustee comments? No trustee comments? Okay, go ahead and closing public hearing. Moving on to item 9.1, approval of the first reading to revise the board policy 4160.
I do first.
I'll do the second.
Discussion? I just have a question on this one. I know we see Sharon Womble. I just want to know who works on these? I've never been able to get a complete answer as to who really works on these. Okay,
Ms.
so
Sharon
I'm
Womble?
asking the questions, go ahead and come up. And why the need, when these come up? Like, do they come up as a need basis or just curiosity?
Well, initially, a lot of the changes to board policy last year was from the FPM. The federal program monitoring, when the state came in and wanted us to make some changes. But we also, particularly in leave, there's some California Ed Code and federal leave provisions that have to be in the language. So we look at that, plus we look at the California School Board Association, their recommendations. We take what our existing board policy is. We look at the California School Board Association, then we look at some of the legal aspects that may not be included in that. And I say we because it's me and Abby helps me a lot. And she has access to the gamut, but then I also get to make sure that legal approves it, because we want to make sure, especially, like labor laws and leave laws and stuff like that are in alignment. But I also go meet with, depending on the situation, with our contract, our labor boards, to see if we're in line with the bargaining agreements. So we go through that whole process and then bring it to you guys and then hopefully get approved.
And was the unions involved in this?
The unions were not involved in this. What I met with was the people that Mary Aguilar, who works with our labor unions, to make sure that it is in agreement with their contracts. And then I'll also go through it and read their contracts to make sure that the language is in their bargaining agreements as well.
Am I allowed to confirm with our union presidents if they were included or been aware? I know I see Felice and CSCA president. Were you guys involved in any of this in SPPA? Were you guys aware of this? Felice? Yeah. And CSEA and SPPA, are you guys aware? I just want to make sure we're all included because this is a policy that we're going to be bound to of our members.
Thank you. So we reviewed the board agenda, and I know between Lanita and I, CTA, we emailed a couple questions to Sharon and got clarification. There's other things that we will take to legal and look at. And then if we have concerns, we'll come back and there's other ways to deal with it if it's bargaining and things like that. So that's kind of where we are, but we did email Sharon with some questions.
And I think that's the purpose. And I think that's the purpose of sunshining it to the first reading and having them look at the language. Because it's really hard to get all the parties into one room and be able to.
Hi, everyone. I can't necessarily speak to this. I haven't really reviewed the changes to board policy, but I do know we had actually spoken about this in bargaining under bereavement leave. The reason we were given was that the change was made prior, and then our contract actually needed to reflect what board policy said. So, I'm not necessarily sure if that's the route the district wants to go in terms of changing the board policy, then bargaining. But it seemed, at least in bargaining, as if the change had already been made. I'm not sure if that's reflected here. I might be speaking to something different, but the word we got was that the change was already made, and then we would bargain the effects of that change.
Thank you.
And I don't think bereavement leave is in this. It's just leave, the types of leave, and identifying the types of leave, not identifying what bereavement leave is per, because it's different per bargaining agreement. But also military leave and what was the third one? Oh, we're only talking about the first one right now. So there's 3 on there.
And I'm gonna have the same question, so for all of them, so just FYI, yeah.
Let me just stay right here.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know, is Nicolette here? Nicolette, she left, okay. All right,
And just to clarify, typically it's because there's a change in law and we have to make sure that the board policy is in line with that.
okay, thank you, Sharon. And is that the same for all 4 of these?
Yeah, the federal government and California Department of Education, part of it is language of like, if I want a leave and I want to apply for a leave and it's in one of these, and I can't remember which one it is. But it applies to the father and the mother, where in the past it says mother is entitled. So some of those, the laws and some of that language just needs to be updated in our board policies.
Thank you.
President Flores?
Yes.
If I could just respond to your question as well. Actually, the 4th one, the 9.4 is not because of a change in the law. That was different, and that was at the, I think, recommendation of the prior board leadership and the superintendent to delegate authority to handle minor claims. But that's not pursuant to a change in law. That's just for other reasons.
Does anybody else, board trustee comments, questions, concerns? No? Okay. So I would like to motion to bring it back to the next board meeting for the second reading. Motion to bring it back for a second reading. Are you guys okay with that? Can I get a second?
Second. Yeah, we're not gonna vote for this right now?
No, we're going to bring it back to the next board meeting.
And that we
For the
will vote
second reading.
together for the second reading, and that's it. All together.
We're doing these individually. So we're going to vote on 9.1 right now.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, roll call vote. I motioned and Sophia second. Yeah.
Trustee Cecilia Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Alicia Rico,
I'm staying.
trustee Raymond Zulueta,
He stepped out.
trustee Donald Danair,
Yes.
clerk Sophia Colon,
Yes.
vice president Kanita Stevens,
Yes.
and president Angel Ann Flores.
Yes.
President Flores, just one comment if I could, and that is, it's at your discretion whether you want a roll call vote or just simply to say all those in favor say aye, and that's entirely at your discretion as board president.
Motion passes 5 with 1 absent and 1 abstain.
Okay, moving on to item 9.2, approval of the first reading to revise board policy 4136, non-school employment. Motion,
Anita first, I do first.
can I get a motion to first and then I need a second motion?
I do the first motion.
So Cecilia, motion,
Second,
discussion? Okay, this one, I have kind of it seems like creating a hardship because we have a lot of staff members who we just heard from our facilitators who they only can work so many hours because they need to make financial decisions. And this sounds like it's prohibiting them if they do have another job from, it seems like a way to kind of write them up or get them in trouble. And that doesn't seem very supportive of our district to our members who have to carry a second job because we're not paying them enough.
What I believe in, this is really referring to is making sure that people aren't working during their contracted time while they're supposed to be working for Stockton Unified and doing duties for outside work while they're supposed to be working for Stockton Unified. So it's not trying to get them in trouble. It's trying to keep them honest. And so if I'm in a job that I'm not supervised very much, where I have the freedom to be able to do things, I should be doing the jobs that Stockton's paying me to do during the time I'm being paid to do. Whereas it's not preventing you from seeking outside employment outside of your contracted time. It's more holding you accountable to your work hours.
Okay, so that makes sense. So I just want to make sure we're not punishing our people for doing, okay, sounds good. Okay, any other discussion? No? Okay, closing discussion. Roll call vote.
Trustee Cecilia Mendez,
yes.
trustee Alicia Rico,
Yes.
trustee Raymond Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Donald Nair,
Yes.
clerk Sophia Colon,
Yes.
vice president Kenitha Stevens,
Yes.
president Angel Ann Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, moving on to item 9.3. Approval of the first reading to revise administration regulation. AR 4161.8, family care and medical leave. Any discussion? No discussion? All right, roll call vote.
Do we have a second?
I will do second.
Thank you. Trustee Cecilia Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Alicia Rico,
Yes.
trustee Raymond Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Donald Nair,
Yes.
clerk Sophia Colon,
Yes.
vice president Kenitha Stevens,
Yes.
president Angel Ann Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, moving on to item 9.4. Approval of the first reading for board policy 3320. Claims and actions against the district. Open for discussion. Oh, wait, can I get a first and a second?
I'll motion
I-
to approve it.
I second.
Discussion?
So I notice this one is incorrect. So when you look at the government code, it shows that the settlement should be $50,000, but we have it here listed as $5,000.
Yes,
It's just a
that's
claim.
correct. If I could respond to the question.
Dr. Lipton, you can respond.
Thank you. Trustee Stevens, you're correct that under the law, the board could delegate up to $50,000. This policy is to delegate $5,000, but that's entirely up to the board to leave it as is, to make it up to $50,000 or not to approve the revision at all. That's entirely up to the board, but the delegation can be up to $50,000.
Dr. Lipton, will we need a motion to, to pull it or no?
Well, the possibilities now are to approve this for a second reading, to approve it as revised for second reading, or to not approve it at all. In which case the policy change just dies out. So those are the three possibilities.
Okay, I motion to not accept. How do I say that?
A motion
To deny?
to deny the.
Or can I pull it? Can I pull it? Right now, it's too late to pull it, right?
Well, it would have the same effect, President Flores, to simply reject the first reading and not to have it come back.
Okay, so
for
I
second
motion
reading.
to reject the approval of the first reading of the board policy BP 3320.
But then it doesn't come back.
That's correct. If this motion passes, this would not come back and the board policy would not be revised.
I just want to ask for a point of order and offer that Dr. Miller was the one who asked for this, so it might be a reason why she might want to explain what it is.
So in past meetings, there's been claims for what, $200, $300 that we've had to bring to the board that have, been a little time consuming. And so this one is to allow the superintendent to either deny or accept claims for a smaller amount. I personally would not want to have to make claims of $50,000 or more. I feel way more comfortable with 5,000, meaning that if there was anything over 5,000, we would bring to the board. So that, I don't want that amount of money on.
And I just want to make sure I ask. So this was brought to us because of what you just said, like this was something that you wanted a decision on. It wasn't us as a board. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and also we did have this conversation in the.
Go
past
ahead and
with
speak.
Mrs.
You can
Madam
speak when you're
President,
addressed.
Madam President, can I have the microphone?
Yes, you may.
Okay, Mrs. Tracy, in the past, you did have the conversation with us. And I understand, then, $300 or $250. Just to consume the board with a lot when we have a lot of stuff to do. But I understand, but I understand you. Okay, thank you. And we did have the conversation many times.
You have a new board. So we'll go ahead and have that discussion. I'm going to motion to reject this board policy. Can I get a roll call vote, please?
Need a second. Second, Stevens.
Is there a motion on the, I'm sorry, is there a second on the motion?
Stevens.
Thank you. Trustee Cecilia Mendez,
No.
trustee Alicia Rico,
I'm staying.
trustee Raymond Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Donald Nair,
Can I abstain since I was stepped out? Okay.
yes, sir. Clerk Sophia Colon,
I'm gonna abstain as well on this one.
Vice President Kenita Stevens,
Yes.
President Angel Ann Flores.
Yes.
We have 3 yeses, 3 abstain, and 1 no. Motion fails.
Can you please push the microphone, please?
Yeah. Hold your button so that we can they can talk to, he can hear.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to control my cough. So I'm just gonna say as quickly as I can. I just want to be clear on this. It's a first reading for a policy change that you're suggesting based on maybe some experiences that you might have had. It'll alleviate having to come to the board for each and every small request, something under 5,000. I'm not quite sure what more information are we asking for then?
Due to the former administration that this policy was basically fitted for,
Point of
I
order.
would like to bring it back. We could reject this one. We can have a discussion with Superintendent Miller on what we can do to bring it back that we would be more trusting in.
Madam President, could I have a point of order, please?
You have not been called on, and there's no point of order to be. We're having a honest
Well,
and professional discussion.
You're actually not telling it the right way. Actually, this was brought because Dr. Miller, and it wasn't from the past. It was from like last week. It was Dr. Miller that brought this. She asked for the recommendation herself directly.
Okay, revote. So what are we doing now? Dr. Lipton, can you answer, please?
Yes. So this motion failed to reject the first reading. The next step it may be to see if there's any trustee that wants to make a motion to approve this for first reading or to approve it for first reading with any revision. And perhaps there be one of those two motions. If not, then the direction is frankly not clear to the superintendent as to whether to bring this back.
Dr. Lipton, can I make a motion to bring back this agenda item at the next meeting? If that fits the board. I mean, it's going to come to agenda review, so I won't see that. You all will see that. So I think you guys could put those revisions in then.
I will second that if it's necessary.
I accept that.
I'm sorry to interrupt again, just a point of clarification. Since this did not get approved for first reading, then when it comes back at the next board meeting, it will be again for first reading, not for approval. Thank you.
Can I have a second?
Okay, so now we vote on that. Roll call vote.
Trustee Cecilia Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Alicia Rico,
Yes.
trustee Raymond Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Donald Nair,
Abstain.
clerk Sophia Colon,
Yes.
vice president Kenita Stevens,
Yes.
president Angel Ann Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0-1 with one abstention. Motion passes.
Okay, moving on to item 10.1, board committee reports. Yvette, can you go ahead and read the oral announcement and announce each board committee for a report?
Thank you, Madam President. This is the opportunity to hear any report from board committees specifically regarding prior or upcoming committee meetings. There will be a 3-minute limit per report, and the first board committee report is from the City of Stockton Parks and Recreation.
Good evening, everyone. I no longer will be heading this committee, so I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to serve. The meeting for this month was actually canceled because it generally takes place the last Monday of the month, which is going to land on December 26th, I believe. And so it was canceled for this month. And the San Joaquin County School Boards Association Executive Committee meeting is going to be taking place at the at the beginning of next month. We just got back from the annual education conference and the delegate assembly. And so we've put off those meetings until after the new year. So I look forward to hearing the report from our new committee members and our new CSBA delegate that we're going to be choosing in a couple more items. Thank you all. And once again, I just appreciate having the opportunity to serve.
Thank you. The next committee is San Joaquin County School Boards Association Executive Committee.
I'll see that time. Thank you.
3x3 Committee.
Yes, this is Cecilia Mendez, Area 1. I would like to thank everybody in the community that I serve in the 3x3 with the City Council and make many changes through the year and the past year also. Thank you so much for this. And also, I'll no longer be there. It will be the job of somebody else. Thank you so much.
Madam President, the last committee is 1852 Foundation, and I believe that was Trustee McBrien that was chairing.
Moving on to item 10.2, brief reports on trustees' activities.
And this is the opportunity for each trustee to make a brief announcement or to give a brief report on their own recent activities at the district pursuing to Brown Act Governing Code Section 54954.2A3. There will be a 3-minute limit per report. Back to you, Madam President.
Okay, we'll go ahead and start with trustee Cecilia Mendez.
Thank you, Madam President. Hi, this is Cecilia Mendez, Area 1. I have several meetings with the parents in McKinley. We have the situation in McKinley, then the homeless open up and clean, what they call it, collect the gate and got in. So I went to a meeting with the City Council and I arranged it to somebody to come in. I waited there outside. Also, the parents, they were upset a little bit, but you know, it got fixed in. But the problem is and across the street from McKinley, it took me 2 years to build in a fence. The owner have every right to let people in you know, his parking lot. But I guess somebody broke in the gates and damaged the gate. So now this is a problem that we have in McKinley again, and cross the street and also cross the street from the other side, the south side of McKinley, where we have a lot of homeless and using the facilities in the street. So it's been hard for the children, but I've been there and worked very good with 3x3. They helped me to do this, and I'm gonna continue helping the community. And we probably be coming into the City Council in the next City Council meeting if it's necessary. But thank you so much. I wanna tell you everybody, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and be safe. Thank you.
Trustee Zuleta.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening again, everyone. I just want to say happy holidays. I know that we got a couple more days of the work week, and then people will get a well-deserved rest and break. It's been a long year so far, and so I think it'll be really nice for people to get back to kind of our regular holidays after the last few years. And so I look forward to seeing you all after you have a break and some rest. And to the new board members, welcome. And I'm looking forward to the work. And to our new Madam President, congratulations, and I look forward to doing the work. Thank you.
Trustee Rico.
Good evening to all, and thanks for attending this meeting again. I've been participating in meetings with my school size, and I just want to thank two parents from ELAC department, from ELAC and Franklin, for the good job they done for the Spanish speaking of the EL students. Thank you so much for all the support they given to those students and to those teachers who decide to participate and support those parents too. And I just wanted to let the community know that the item that Trustee Flores pulled out this afternoon is 6.6.23. It's for Franklin High. And it's about the welding shop. So I don't know what's going on with this item, but I really appreciate to Trustee Flores if she can bring this information for the next meeting for why she's pulling this item twice already. And the community needs to know that if this item is pulled for the third time, it's not gonna be able to posted again on this agenda. So, and also all the items that she pulled this afternoon is affecting the students for the special ed. So I'm really sad for that. And hopefully we don't put those students at the situation that they was before, because those students being, I don't know how to say this, but for many years, those students being under the table. And when I decided to run for a board member, is because I decided to support those students. And now I seen how these students are gonna be suffered the consequences. So please, we need to start working together for those students, for all, but especially for the students with special needs. Thank you so much. And I want to congratulate to those new trustees. And Mrs. Stevens, I know her for so many years. I know she's gonna be a perfect support for the students and parents, because I know her. And Mr. Donier, congratulations. Mr. Mrs. Colon, congratulations too. I'm sorry, I can't say that for Trustee Flores, because since I started being a board member, she's been attacking me. She's been pulling me down because I'm a Mexican. So, sorry. I know, she's gonna say everything. When I say something or when a board member wants to say something about her, she's always say, proofs. Sorry, thank you. And happy holidays to everyone. Thank you.
Trustee Vice President Stevens.
So I am Area 7, but I have not had the opportunity, just a new board member. I was sworn in on Friday, so I haven't had the opportunity to have any meetings with my community, but I look forward to very soon. Thank you.
I'll go last. Trustee Donald Tener.
I just want to say thank you to the Stockton Unified School District staff for a very smooth onboarding process this past week, specifically the superintendent office, Dr. Lipton, thank you. Like Kanitha, this is officially my first day. So I do want to say that I plan on creating a schedule for office hours and to create a plan to visit my school sites and meet with leaders in the district. Thank you.
Trustee Clerk Cologne.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Happy holidays. I apologize. I've been a little, under the weather here. So I'm going to keep what I have to say kind of brief. This is a new chapter for our board and for our school district. And we're going to work hard on our relationships with each other, because it's important that we reflect respect. It's important that we reflect unity. And so bygone feelings, we're going to work on those. It's going to be something that we work on so that we don't say things that are inappropriate and unprofessional. And that's my promise to you. I am a long-time member of this community. I am a SUSD alumni, as was my mother. I had the privilege of learning recently that my great-grandmother was born here in 1904. So this is my home. And SUSD is part of my family. I've heard from the public many times you all say, this is your home too. And we're going to work on our home. We're going to work from this day forward to be unified, to be together for our students and for our staff, so that our economy, like we heard also today, so that the betterment of our Stockton economy and community overall betters. So we might have some bumps in the road. Forgive us. We're going to learn. We're going to move forward today. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. First off, I just want to say thank you to everyone who participated to ensure that we have a new board here today. We couldn't have done this without you. Our voters spoke loud and clear, and we made a promise. And I can promise you that we will be honest, transparent, professional, and accountable. I will do my best to remain professional up here and do the best job that I have. I know you guys have seen me in a fight before. I don't feel that anymore, that we need to do that, because I feel that we now have a board. And I hope that the other board members will be able to join us and now be able to work together as a team. I just want to also set the tone that just because I am up here as president, I will be president, as the title says, but I work as a team. There is no I in this team. I will include everybody as much as I can without violating the Brown Act. When I make a decision, it will be based on inclusion of all of our board members. This is a team effort. This is not an I effort. And I hope to ensure accountability and transparency at all departments at all levels. So the rumor mill about Trustee Flores giving people jobs, the rumor mill about her out to get somebody, please stop that. Please don't say that no more, because that's not Trustee Flores. That's not what I'm about. What I'm going to tell you is that I will hold our people accountable. And if you are qualified for positions, then apply for them. But if you are not qualified for the positions, and historically, we have been given positions due to nepotism because they've owed jobs, and that under my watch will no longer happen. Another thing that I hear is that the board said, please stop saying that. If there is an item on the agenda that we approved, fine. But if it is not on the agenda, please don't go around telling employees or anybody else that the board said. Okay? Now, another thing is, we as a board, we give the superintendent direction. So that means that us 7 people as a collective will sit down with our superintendent and let them know the vision that we have to meet the needs of our students and provide the programs and support for our staff. We will be given the direction. So when we ask questions and we want information, please give it to us ahead of time. If you don't want me to call you out up here at the dais, you have an idea, give it to superintendent. She will bring it to us, and then we will collectively decide on if it fits the needs of the LCAP and the needs of our community. I hope to be fair, honest, transparent, and accountable, and it's time to rebuild our school district. It's time to restore that hope, and it's time to demand results, because our children, our students are 3 years behind grade level right now. It's not all the district's fault. It's not all your staff's fault. It's just society, the way we are. COVID came in, politics came in. There was a lot that took place. We're not going to be able to rebuild overnight, but we will be rebuilding in an honest, transparent, and an accountable manner. Thank you. Okay. Oh, where are we at? 10.3. 10.3, appointment of 1 delegate to the California School Boards Association Delegate Assembly. I would like to motion for myself, Angelina Flores, to be on the School Boards Association for this year.
I'll second that.
Roll call vote. Sorry, discussion? No
May
discussion?
I have the microphone?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to thank Raymond Zulueta. He's been very attentive going to the meetings. And thank you for your dedication and your time that you were there. You were a good partner, and you were a very good speaker from Stock Unified District. Thank you for your commitment, and thank you for your service.
Okay, roll call vote.
Trustee Mendez,
Yes?
Trustee Rico,
Yes.
Trustee Zulueta,
Yes.
Trustee Daener,
Yes.
Clerk Colon,
Yes.
Vice President Stevens,
Yes.
President Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, on to item 10.4, approval to schedule the Stockton Unified School District Special Board Retreat for Saturday, February 25th, 2023. Discussion? A motion?
I make a motion first.
Second?
I'll second.
Discussion? I just want to let people know that this is something that I think is important for all of us to get together. And this is an opportunity for us to all learn our roles and get this bus moving in the right direction. Okay, roll call.
Trustee Cecilia Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Rico,
Yes.
trustee Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Danier,
Yes.
clerk Galon,
Yes.
vice president Stevens,
Yes.
president Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Okay, item 10.5, approval of minutes for November 14th, 2022, regular board meeting minutes. Can I get a motion and a second?
First, Cecilia
Second.
Mendez.
Discussion? Roll call vote?
Trustee Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Rico,
Yes.
trustee Zulueta,
Yes.
trustees Danier,
Yes.
clerk Galon,
Yes.
vice president Stevens,
Yes.
vice president Stevens,
Sorry. Yes.
president Flores.
No.
Motion passes 6-1.
Moving on to item 11.1, superintendent's report by Superintendent Tracy Miller.
All right, good evening. Thank you all for hanging in there, but thank you for this special night to witness the swearing in of our new board members. As we look to the future, I am confident that we can keep our focus on student learning and achievement. I will be working with our school board members to minimize distractions so that transformative work can occur in our district. In the next few months, there will be opportunities for our board to attend workshops presented by California School Board Association, CSBA. And these workshops will include best practices for school board governance. Going forward, during my superintendent message, I will be sharing data that focuses on student learning and achievement. Here are just a few data points I want to share tonight. So far, we have completed over 2,000 home visits. We've had I think Mary Ann Santella is in the house. There's been 71 student attendance review boards so far. And we have seen a 12% reduction in chronic absenteeism rate from this year as opposed to last year. Regarding student achievement, we are seeing tremendous growth in our English learners reclassifying into fluent English proficient. And we continue to see an increase in projected graduation rates. We are continuing with our monthly community conversations where we are able to engage our school community members. These evenings allow for the community to voice their suggestions and concerns. Last week, we held our third community conversation at Stagg High School for Area 7 schools. It was very powerful to hear the student voice from the Stagg leadership class. We discussed school safety, parent and student engagement. We will have community conversations for each of our area schools, and our next conversation will be held in January. I want to right now acknowledge the relentless efforts of our interim CBO, Joanne Juarez, and her team for working with the county, our fiscal experts to provide the first interim report. It was an extremely heavy lift, and I just want to say thank you for that. Additionally, I also want to acknowledge those managers and employees who have stepped up while folks have been out. You have not complained, but you have gladly pitched in to get the work moving forward. Lastly, I just want to say I am truly humbled and honored to be serving as your interim superintendent and look forward to working with each of you, our SUSD community, to continue to move the work forward with student learning and achievement as the focus of decisions that are brought forward to our board. As your interim superintendent, I want to make sure that our students' social and emotional needs are at the forefront and create the best conditions possible for student learning and achievement.
That's all you, that's it?
That's all.
Thank you, Dr. Tracy Miller. All right, moving on to item 11.2. Approval of an amended agreement to furnish consultant services with Tri Group Inc. for the Human Resources Department. Can I get a motion?
I will do first.
Can I get a second?
Second.
You didn't hear her. She was saying second. Thank you, Donald, though, for jumping in, though. Thank you. Okay, discussion?
So
like-
is it that we have no one in HR who could lift up the work?
So let me give you some background on that. Thank you so much. So we had, we had a community member comment on, this particular item. And, it was in, I've lost track of time. I want to say August or September or October, where our assistant soup of HR, stepped down for the position, stepped down. And then we are down a couple of management positions inside of HR. And we had Miss Wendy DeSimone that graciously agreed to step into the interim role. And there is, I think I've spoken with union members, and there is a backlog of things getting done, and it is purely a capacity issue right now. There is also very new, I'll not say very new, there are new employees that are doing the work inside of HR, and it is imperative that they are getting expert advice so that we are able to make decisions that abide with ed code, union contracts. And so there has been one-on-one coaching. They also are providing that coaching with me. So we have the ability, to get people. We were doing a quick workshop or a quick one-on-one with someone that just recently stepped into the role. So this is really a situation. I would concur that we need to be able to not use consultants, but in this case, this is out of a necessity to make sure that we are getting the best professional coaching, so that when it does come time to hire for the assistant soup of HR, we are able to go out and actively recruit. Part of the problem right now is it is not a time when assistant soups are looking for employment. We are kind of in there's a season for, and right now there just is not the opportunity to get qualified candidates there because they're under contract. So that is where Tri Group has come alongside, and yes, we did use their services more. We used up, if you would. We can't spend any more money after December because they have been providing that one-on-one coaching and coaching for the department, and so going forward, we need to continue to have their services until we can get the HR position and get someone recruited for that work.
A follow-up question. I understand your explanation. Can you explain the overlap in dates that was presented?
So the overlap of dates, I don't have it right in front of me, but I think it was February. It's
From December 13th, 2022 through February 2nd, 2023. So the first contract runs from October through February, and then the second contract picks up in December.
Right, because at the end of December, we will have already utilized, there was a certain amount, a dollar amount set for the first contract that we cannot go over. So we will have already used up the first contract, which is why we had to amend it. Because at the end of December, we will be over our exceeded limit of that contract. And we are heading into negotiations. We are looking at trying to really work on best practices in HR. And it is a situation that we need to have experts in the field assisting us with that.
Are we getting any assistance from the County Office of Ed?
Yes. They have a limited capacity, however, to provide, but yes.
My only concern is the amount of money to tell us what we already know, what struggles we have. So I think this is not something the amount is too much for me. That's just me as an individual. It's up to everybody else.
May I have the microphone, Madam President?
Yes, you may.
The problem also that we have when we don't have staff. When we hire people, we have so many people that are not here right now. So it's a lot of money. Also, we have to pay them insurance and everything. With people, when we bring people like this, we are not paying them for insurance. So they are not all the extra expenses that we're doing. So I understand that it's the money a little bit, but we need to do business. We need to do the things better, and also, have a conversations with the unions. And we have now many unions, and we're having a new one too. So we need to have conversations. And if they don't have the expertise, what else we gonna do, Madam President?
Any other discussion? Roll call vote?
Trustee Cecilia Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Rico,
Abstain.
trustee Zulueta,
No.
trustee Danair,
Abstain.
clerk Colon,
Yes.
vice president Stevens,
No.
president Flores.
No.
There are 2 yeses, 3 nos, and 2 abstentions. Motion fails.
Sorry, guys, I forgot that I was up here. All right, item 11. Can you repeat that vote again?
There are 2 yeses, 3 nos, and 2 abstentions.
Okay, item 12.1, approval of an out-of-state conference attendance request for 7 Stockton Unified District employees and 8 parents to attend the National Association for Bilingual Conference to Portland, Oregon on February 21st through 25th, 2023.
Who'll make the first motion?
I'll do the second.
Discussion? No discussion? Roll call vote.
Trustee Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Rico,
Yes.
trustee Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Danair,
Yes.
clerk Colon.
She stepped out for a minute.
Okay. Vice President Stevens,
Yes.
President Flores,
Yes.
motion passes 6-0 with 1 absent.
Okay, moving on to item 12.2, adoption of new courses for high schools for the 2023-2024 school year. Can I get a motion?
I do first.
I'll
Thank
do
you.
the second.
Discussion? Did we bring this to community? Do students and teachers, do they know about the change that's about to come to them? I'm sorry, it's good stuff, but me in community and
President Flores, we have our Director of Curriculum and Professional Development, Yolene, here to speak on this item. So she will talk a little bit about the process and then what work happened to get us to this point.
Awesome, thank you.
Good evening, everybody, and congratulations to our new board members. So this is not graduation requirements. You mentioned community, that's will still happen. The community events for the graduation requirements. These are simply the new courses that have been brought forward by teachers at the different high schools. And they go through a committee, they meet together, the group of teachers along with administration, they work on the curriculum, they work on the course content, they select the textbooks that they think are appropriate for the course. They get approval signatures from the committee, from the site principal, from the counselor, and then finally submitted to curriculum office for approval. So that's how this comes about.
And I think it's also important to note, President Flores, that for courses that are generally speaking elective or elective credit is not required to go through a curriculum adoption, because many times it's not core content, it's supplemental curriculum. Many times it's developed by the own teachers, or we purchase supplemental curriculum depending on what course it is.
Yeah, because I seen We Rise up here. And it's something that I didn't use personally, but it's something that I came across when I was in the classroom at the county office of ed. Is that something familiar? Has that been around for a while?
Let me get to that page, please. I have so many to go through.
I believe this one's at Edison High School.
It is an elective course, and it was again brought forward by the teachers that were requesting it for their students, and the principal of Edison, Mr. Anderson, approved the course before bringing it forward to us.
Cool. I really like that. I read over it, and I really enjoyed seeing that that was part of the curriculum. So that's a good thing. Is there any, well, we'll talk later. But and when I saw that right away, I thought about a restorative justice programs that could fit right on in with. So I was really excited to see that. So good job.
Yeah, the long name of the course is for restorative justices. So you're exactly in the right place.
Okay, you're good. Anybody else got any more questions?
Just a comment. I just want to thank all the teachers and the curriculum staff for bringing this forward. I'm really excited to see more ethnic studies classes and all classes on restorative justice, connecting folks to different careers like the Protective Services Academy. I'm really happy because I've been part of community groups who've been pushing for ethnic studies here in the district. So I'm really happy to see that there's more courses being added. So thank you to the teachers.
Thank you for mentioning that. The teachers have done an incredible amount of work, and particularly the ethnic studies group. They've stuck around till what time is it now? 10 o'clock. They're back there supporting the courses. So I know they'll be very happy if these are approved.
Yes. Sophia Colon, do you have anything you want to add? No, anybody else? You want anything to add? Trustee Zuleta? Nope. Okay, moving on.
Thank you, Yolanda.
Roll call vote.
Trustee Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Rico,
Yes.
trustee Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Danair,
Yes.
clerk Galon,
Yes.
vice president Stevens.
Yes.
President Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, moving on to item 13.1, approval of the resolution number 22-60, approval for certificated employees to teach outside of credential authorization. Can I get a motion?
First, Cecilia Mendez.
I'll second. Discussion? No discussion? Roll call vote.
Trustee Mendez,
Yes.
Trustee Rico,
Yes.
trustee Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Danair,
Yes.
clerk Galon,
Yes.
vice president Stevens,
Yes.
president Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, moving on to item 13.2, adoption of resolution number 22-59, waiver request, a variable term, waiver for administrative services credential. Can I get a motion?
Cecilia Mendez first.
Second,
Second.
discussion? No discussion? Roll call vote?
Trustee Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Rico,
Yes.
trustee Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Danair,
Yes.
clerk Galon,
Yes.
vice president Stevens,
Yes.
president Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, moving on to item 13.3, approval of the memorandum of understanding with Concordia University for Stockton Unified School District. Can I get a first motion?
Cecilia Mendez first.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call vote?
Trustee Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Rico,
Yes.
trustee Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Danair,
Yes.
clerk Galon,
Yes.
vice president Stevens,
Yes.
president Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Item 13.4, approval to revise the after-school site program facilitator job description and revisions to the CSEA 318 salary schedule. Can I get a motion?
I'll do the first.
I'll second. Discussion? Discussion?
This is long overdue.
Way long overdue. We agree on that, trustee Zuleta. I just want to say that as a former after-school facilitator, and Miss Annie was under me, and she didn't believe in herself once she was my staff. And so she was such an amazing staff. I told her she needed to be we needed another Annie. We needed another one in our team. And she finally did it. And 14 years later, she is still there. That just goes to show that after-school facilitators love their job, they love their kids, and they never forget where they come from. And I will never forget where I come from. So, roll call vote.
Trustee Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Rico,
Yes.
trustee Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Danair,
Yes.
clerk Galon,
Yes.
vice president Stevens,
Yes.
president Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, moving on to item 13.7. No, we pulled those. We pulled 13, 5, and 6. 13.7, approval for participation in the Classified School Employee Summer Assistance Program, CSESAP, for the 2023-2024 fiscal year. Can I get a motion?
First, Cecilia Mendez.
I'll do the second.
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Trustee Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Rico,
Yes.
trustee Zulueta,
Yes.
trustees Danair,
Yes.
clerk Galon,
Yes.
vice president Stevens,
Yes.
president Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Moving on to item 13.8. Approval of revised district salary schedule for the SPPA.
I will make first motion.
I'll second. Discussion? Roll call vote.
Trustee Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Rico,
Yes.
Trustee Zulueta? Trustee Danair?
Yes.
Clerk Gallon?
Yes.
Vice President Stevens?
Yes.
President Flores?
Yes.
Motion passes
And,
unanimously.
and just so that it's on the record, my vote's yes.
Okay, moving on to item 13.9. Approval of AB 1200 financial public disclosure forms regarding a 4% salary schedule increase with the California School Employees Association, Chapter 821, CSE 821, United Stockton Administrators USA, Stockton Unified Supervisory Unit, SUSU, and Police, OELU number 3. Can I get a motion?
I'll do the first.
I second Cecilia Mendez.
Discussion?
This is also overdue.
Roll call vote.
Trustee Mendez?
Yes.
Trustee Rico?
Yes.
Trustee Zulueta?
Yes.
Trustee Danair?
Yes.
Clerk Gallon?
Yes.
Vice President Stevens?
Yes.
President Flores?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Item 14.4, adoption of resolution 22-43, adopting pre-qualification process for contractors pursuant to contract code section 20111.6.
I will do first Cecilia Mendez.
It's 14.1. We're on 14.1 and she said 14.4.
Yeah, that's true.
Roll call vote.
Trustee Mendez?
Yes.
Trustee Rico?
Yes, to clarify, I don't know, we are voting right now? It's 14.1 or 14.4?
14.1, adoption of resolution 22-43, adopting pre-qualification process for contractors pursuant to contract code section 20111.6.
Okay, I asked because trustee Flores says 14.04. So, okay, my vote is yes, thank you.
Trustee Zulueta?
Yes.
Trustee Danair?
Yes.
Clerk Gallon?
Yes.
Vice President Stevens?
Yes.
President Flores?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Fourteen point two, approval of resolution number 22-45, awarding the lease back contract to S+B James Construction California, Inc. for the Stagg High School Gym HVAC and roof replacement project. Can I get a first?
I will do first Cecilia Mendez.
I'll do the second.
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Trustee Mendez?
Yes.
Trustee Rico?
Yes.
Trustee Zulueta?
Yes.
Trustee Danair?
Yes.
Clerk Gallon?
Yes.
Vice President Stevens?
Yes.
President Flores?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay. Item 14.3, adoption of resolution number 22-61, authorization to dedicate a sidewalk easement at John Adams Elementary School campus to City of Stockton. Can I get a first?
I will do first Cecilia Mendez.
I'll do the second.
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Trustee Mendez?
Yes.
Trustee Rico?
Yes.
Trustee Zulueta?
Yes.
Trustee Danair?
Yes.
Clerk Gallon?
Yes.
Vice President Stevens?
Yes.
President Flores?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Now we're on item 14.4. Adoption of resolution 22-62, authorization to dedicate a fire hydrant easement at Madison Elementary School campus to the City of Stockton. Can I get a first?
I will do first Cecilia Mendez.
I'll do the second.
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Trustee Mendez?
Cecilia. Yes.
Trustee Rico,
Yes.
trustee Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Donaire,
Yes.
clerk Colon,
Yes.
vice president Stevens.
Yes.
President Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Now we're on item 14.5, adoption of resolution number 22-63, authorization to dedicate a sidewalk easement at Madison Elementary School campus to the city of Stockton.
I will do first, Cecilia Mendez.
I'll do the second.
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Trustee Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Rico,
Yes.
trustee Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Donaire,
Yes.
clerk Colon,
Yes.
vice president Stevens.
Yes.
President Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
14.6, approval of amendment number 10 to the architectural services agreement with Leonakis for the Franklin High School Auto Body Workshop Project. Can I get a first?
I'll
I
do
will
the,
do first.
I'll do the
Second.
second.
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Trustee Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Rico,
Yes.
trustee Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Donaire,
Yes.
clerk Colon,
Yes.
vice president Stevens.
Yes.
President Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
14.7, approve and authorize the filing of the notice of completion for the Franklin High School Welding Lab renovation project, DSA number 02-116818. Can I get a first?
I will do first, Cecilia Mendez.
Second.
Discussion? Go ahead.
I'm just wondering if, because we pulled 6.23, which was approving, the contract with the inspections for the welding lab, does that affect 14.7? Is there anyone from maybe facilities that can? or-
Mrs.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Roll call vote.
Trustee Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Rico,
Yes.
trustee Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Donaire,
Yes.
clerk Colon,
Yes.
vice president Stevens.
Yes.
President Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, 14.8. Approval of amendment number 1 and change order number 1 to the agreement with CT Brayton and Sons, Inc. for the Franklin Welding Lab renovation project. Can I get a first?
I will do first, Cecilia Mendez.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Trustee Mendez,
Yes.
trustee Rico,
Yes.
trustee Zulueta,
Yes.
trustee Donaire,
Yes.
clerk Colon,
Yes.
vice president Stevens.
Yes.
President Flores.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Trustee Flores, President Flores, apologize to interrupt again. I just point out that it's 10:15. Right, and meeting has to end at 10:30 unless there's a motion to extend it, and there can only be a motion once to extend the time.
Okay, I'd like to motion to extend the meeting to. How long do you think that's gonna be? To 10:45?
We have got to get through the interim budget.
I'm going as
recovery.
quickly as I can, okay, you guys, but we do have to get through item 14.14, so I'm gonna go really fast for the next ones. Okay, we're just gonna do an all vote instead of roll call. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so 14.9, approve to authorize, wait, you have to vote to extend the time?
Yes,
Okay,
President Flores.
so I motion to extend our time to 10:45.
Stevens?
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay. 14.9, approval and authorize the filing of the notice of completion for the phase 2 of the Franklin High School Athletics Improvements Project Athletes DSA 02-118-529. 259. Discussion? roll call vote. I mean, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oh, gosh, sorry, you guys are trying to speed through. First, can I get a first on that
I will do
Trustee?
first.
and a second? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
President Flores, to save time, motions can also be done by unanimous consent. Say if there's any objection, and they can just do it that way without even a motion or second.
What you just said, Dr. Lipton. Okay, where are we at now? 1410. Okay, approval to reject change order number 1 and replace with change order number 1R to the guaranteed maximum price with Robiton Contracting Inc. for the Tyler Elementary School alteration project. That's
I will do first.
I'll do the second.
discussion. Mr. Varela, the only thing that triggers my thought is that when it says to the guaranteed maximum price, should I be concerned about that, or is that just terminology in the language? Okay, so we're good. Okay. Dr. Lipton, you said we can all vote if there's anybody in objection? Unanimous vote?
You can say, is there any objection to what?
Is there any objections? Nope. So unanimous vote? Yes. 14.11, a vendor payment report for the month of November 2022. Any discussion? Is there any objection to the report?
Any objection to unanimous consent?
Yeah, I'm gonna vote no on that.
Oh, okay, then it needs to be by a motion and second.
Sorry, you guys.
I'll
Okay.
make
I
a
will do
motion to,
first.
I'll make the second.
And then vote. All those in favor say aye,
Aye.
and one no. Can we vote on 14, 12, and 13 together?
You got a motion in.
Can I motion to vote for 14, 12, and 14, 13 as together?
I'll
Yes, I will
second that
second it.
motion.
Yes.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Now we're on 14, 14. Okay, 1414 is the first interim financial report for 2022 and 2023 given by Ms. Joanne Juarez.
Good evening, and I want to say congratulations to all the new trustees.
Thank you.
Next slide. Next slide. Tonight, I will be speaking. Sorry, start over. Good evening, Board President, Vice President, Clerk, and trustees. Tonight, I will be presenting the 22-23 first interim report. First interim represents official changes to the approved adopted budget. It includes revised enrollment, ADA, and budget projections. We are required to certify twice during the year, and the certification status can be either positive, qualified, or negative. The first interim report was combined effort of the fiscal staff, Ryland Consultant, and San Joaquin County Office of Education. Staff recommends the board approves the 22-23 first interim report with a positive certification as presented. This is a timeline of reports we are required to complete each year by the California Department of Education. For fiscal year 22-23, we did have an extra report, the readoption of the budget. This was done to the conditional approval letter we received from SJCOE. Changes since budget adoption. The changes listed are items that were part of the enacted 22-23 state budget. The item listed are statewide. Stockton Unified is receiving 57 million from the Learning Recovery Emergency Block Grant, 19 million from the Art Music Instructional Material Grant, 35 million from ELOP or Expanded Learning Opportunity Program, Home to School Transportation, implementation of Universal Meal and Gold State Pathway. We are still working to see if we qualify and what our allocation will be. Revenue. This slide represents our estimated revenue for the 22-23 fiscal year. General funds, we estimate to receive 456 million. This is calculated by ADA, COLA increases, and unduplicated pupil percentage. Unduplicated pupil percentage is based on the percentage of free reduced lunch recipients, English learners, and foster youth. For federal revenues, we are receiving about 270 million. This is a combination of Title I and one-time pandemic funding. State revenue is about 207 million. It's a combination of pandemic one-time funding, lottery, and special education funding. And our other local revenue, we're receiving about 7 million. This is a combination of donations, local grants, and fees for services. This slide can you go back one slide? This slide represents expenditures for the 22-23. Our expenditures that are estimated are certificate salaries at 260 million, classified salaries, which is 109 million, benefits at 187 million, books and supplies, 256 million, other operating expenses, 91 million, capital outlay, 14 million, and the other outgo item, that's money that we're actually receiving in, and that could be for fees. And so we're actually going to receive 254,000. These expenditure adjustments include salary settlements for the 21-22 year that are being paid in the current year. Increases in materials, supplies, and equipments due to restricted state and federal funding, one-time carryover being budgeted, program needs, and inflation. The amounts do not include any future negotiated salary and benefit increases. Salary and benefits may change as second interim or estimated actuals, depending on the 22-23 settlements. Ending fund balance. This slide represents our ending fund balance. Beginning balance in 22-23 is 223 million. This did increase from adopted due to unaudited actuals when we actually closed that budget out. We showed our expenses being less for 21-22, so that is giving us a bigger beginning balance for this year. We are increasing our fund balance by 32 million this year. Our estimated ending balance for 22-23 is 256 million. The components of the ending balance is 1.2 million for revolving cash, 88 million for restricted, and a commitment is 72 million. What commitment is a resolution was approved last year to add 8% to our reserves. Previous interim reports showed the 8% was designated as an assignment. We are changing this to commitment since we do have a board resolution. This means SUSD is committed to retaining an additional 8% that we were, besides the 2% we're required for, and for economic uncertainties. Any decrease to the 8% has to be board approved. The 2% for economic uncertainties is 18 million, and then we have 75 million unassigned. This is our all fund summaries. This table shows other funds we have in our district besides general fund. It shows the ending balance of the previous year and the anticipated ending balance for 22-23. So we have funds for charter school, adult education, child nutrition, child development. This represents all the different funds. This table represents our unrestricted multi-year projection for 22-23 and the 2 out years. This shows revenue and expenditures. Based on the revenue expenditure, there is a net increase to fund balance in fiscal year 22-23 of about 7 million. For 23-24, a net increase of 20 million. And for 24-25, a net increase of 25 million. These net increases show we are not deficit spending and unrestricted. And this is due to our increase in ADA COLA and also our adjustment that we did with our beginning balance. This table represents our restricted MYP for 22-23 and the 2 out years. On the out years, you do see a decrease in fund balance, but that is due to us spending down those one-time restricted funding that we have. This table is a combination of both restricted and unrestricted. How we determine these amounts is we analyze our ADA, removed expenditures that were one-time, increase operating expenses, and contribution to our routine restricted routine maintenance. Our next steps are to attend the governor January budget workshop to learn of any new changes that may happen in 23-24. Begin preliminary projections for 23-24 enrollment and staffing. Continue to monitor enrollment, attendance, one-time funds and uses. And in the winter and spring, we will have budget workshops for the board. Any questions or comments?
On the all fund summary where it says adult education, and for 2023, it has 0. What exactly does that mean? Does it mean that all this funds were spent, or is there going to be a negative balance?
There isn't going to be negative balance. Adult education is usually grants. So we have to spend the money in that year. So we budget it all and we spend it all. Sometimes they do have carryover, and that's why they have a balance, because some of their grants may be 2 years. But for right now in adult education, we are planning to budget the whole thing for the year, but at estimated actual, we'll have a better understanding to see if we have any money left over from the 2-year grants.
Got it. Thank you.
Any questions? Comments? Questions or comments?
Can I have the microphone?
Go ahead, Trustee Mendez.
Thank you so much for bringing this to the attention of us. Thank you. We appreciate you hard working. Thank you.
Yeah. What was the date again for budget meetings for the board?
I haven't established those yet, but we're going to start doing it in the winter. So when we come back from break, we'll have them. We'll discuss with Dr. Miller on what date she would like us to do the board meetings for you guys.
Thank you. And it is 10:30. Good. A motion. Do we got a motion to accept the LCAP? First interim budget. Sorry, guys.
I will make the first motion, Cecilia Mendez.
Second, Trustee Rico.
Roll call vote. Yeah, we're gonna do this one as a roll call vote. Yeah.
Trustee
Sorry,
Mendez.
guys.
Trustee Mendez.
Yes.
Trustee Rico.
Yes.
Trustee Zulueta.
Yes.
Trustee Donaire.
Yes.
Clerk Colon.
Yes.
Vice President Stevens.
Yes.
President Flores.
Abstain.
Motion passes 6-0 with 1 abstention.
Okay, meeting adjourned. Thank you all for staying this whole time.
Trustees, if we can ask that you all please stay, we do have resolutions for you to sign. We need all of you to stay at your seats. Thank you.